police.
Yeah.
It's to the point that they don't know what the hell they're doing. The dude that sped up and almost hit another parked car had no idea what he was doing. I don't know if they have talks in their locker room saying, hey, I did this and I did that. Like, what are you doing? You're not protecting and serving. And you didn't scare me. I'm no longer afraid the cops now pulling up like that. That's who they are. They're goons. And I've been saying that on here. Full abolishment. Giving back to the communities. $400 million? Imagine how much safety we would have if we invest that money in other organizations, other alternatives, right? Back to the communities, back to the east side, and not the new east side, old east side. The old east side, we want our streets back. When we yell out whose streets, our streets, I appreciate the white allies, but we're saying our streets. you know, shit, give us Clarkville back too, Wheatsville back too.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Southside back too.
Southside back too. I don't shop at Wheatsville. I don't shop out there. I'm speaking on full abolishment of the police. I'm out here for Garrett Foster. I'm out here for the abolishment. I'm out here for radical change. I'm out here for social and political change. If y'all heard what I said last week, we're gonna come with some more details and make this a protest a lot more efficient. And that's what they're afraid of. They're understanding, they're seeing that we're coming together, becoming more efficient. It's no longer just marching the streets because we're marching the street. Now there's an actual purpose. I speak on passion. We have a lot of passion. And now I'm seeing the organization. And that's scary when you have passion and organization. When you're organized with that passion, you're like Floyd Mayweather out there, just boom, 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 boom. Just killing it. I say this all the time, I love y'all, Austin. I've been out here for about 3 years now, and I've always seen this, the one side of this city. I've always seen the white side of this city and everything being whitewashed and white passing and not enough black love, black care. I never seen that. And it's unfortunate that it took a death during a pandemic. But I'm glad to see this right here. I'm glad to see this unity for y'all. So I think y'all deserve a round of applause. I appreciate it. I have a few great speakers that are going to speak on a few things. I'm going to pass it over to Don real quick. He's going to speak on what he wants to speak on. We got to do the black.
Yeah, I'll go real quick, and then we'll definitely. I gotta say, man, just to kind of piggyback off of what he said, and what I continue to say, and what we always continue to reiterate, is the fact that we appreciate that anybody and everybody here could be anywhere right now, but y'all chose to be here. Y'all chose to be on this side of history. Y'all chose to be a part of this side of history right here. Y'all could be anywhere. Y'all could be at home. Y'all could be in the comfort of your bedroom. But y'all chose to be here in this moment to stand up for equality, to stand for morality, to stand for change, to stand for justice, to stand for human, to stand for Garrett, to stand for everybody that we have lost. Everybody that we have lost, to prevent anybody that we're going to lose. Because we're all about like my man said, change out here. So there needs to be drastic and radical change, because we've been putting up for too much for too long. You know, at what point does an exhausted people get heard? At what point does an exhausted and an unheard people finally get heard? People finally start to listen to us. This ain't nothing new. The words Black Lives Matter has been screamed and has been yelled from our ancestors and black leaders before us. This ain't nothing new. This ain't 2016. This is what our people died for. They might not have been saying those words verbatim, but that same message still stands. That's why I tell people, I don't care how people feel about the organization of Black Lives Matter. That message is still valid. That message, those 3 words right there, Black Lives Matter, how could you argue with that? You know what I'm saying? How is that controversial? How is that a political statement? How does that cause any kind of debate in any fashion at all? It doesn't. We've been out here. Our people before us spoke about excessive force and police brutality and the mass incarceration of our people. I feel like, and I've said it, and I'm gonna keep saying it, because I feel like it is a moral obligation. It is a moral obligation, not for just the city of Austin, but cities all around this country, to reallocate funds and to do the exact opposite of what has been done to our communities. The exact opposite. Apply that same energy that y'all use to oppress us and to benefit off of our pain and our imprisonment and our black bodies and brown bodies. Use that same energy to uplift us. Like, is that not, if you as an individual did somebody dirty for 10 years of your life, would you not feel morally obligated to, damn, all right, I used to rob you, or I used to steal from you, or I used to, down talk you. Wouldn't anybody that comes to a terms of growth, because everybody likes to say how America's growing from their past. So if we're growing and we're talking about accountability for our history, you have to do the opposite of what you have done. Because no matter what you say, these people still have to live with the reality of the damage that you've done. Our communities have to live with the damage that has been done. Our families have to live with that damage. Our youth have to live with that damage. Their futures have to live with that damage. So when we're talking about an abolishment, we're talking about the first early steps of making sure that we're taking this money away from APD. When we're talking about 40% of a city budget, that's ridiculous. When does an exhausted people say, and when do they actually get heard? When we're talking about there needs to be other alternatives. Instead of focusing on, because we're in a system that focuses on persecution and punishment for things that are done. We need to refocus that and reimagine what new public safety looks like. Instead of persecution and punishment, we need to look and invest into rehabilitation and prevention. Preventing them to get to that point to begin with. Not punishing because I got a drug habit. I could have lost my mom, I could have lost my cousin. Now I'm dibbling and dabbling in drug use. Now I'm dibbling and dabbling in this. Now I'm committing this, now I'm doing this. There needs to be a level of compassion. We need to restore what it means to have heart and what it means to appreciate and to value another human life. And that is what has been missing for time and time and time again. That's what happened with Garrett. That savage, that demon looked into Garrett's eyes and didn't see a single ounce of value because he was standing behind what we represented, what he represented here. Equality, justice. He stood for fairness. And like I say, you have, like how we out here fighting, we're willing to fight and give our lives for change and for justice and for a radical. You have people that will live and die for this shit to remain the same. For this shit, they don't want change. This is their comfort. This is their America. So we have to know the reality that we deal with and the evil we face. Speak on it. The evil that we face out here. And we have to come to grips with things can happen. But I know at the end of the day, I called my mom. I told my mom what it is. I love you. You know you born. You know you raised a soldier. You know you raised a king. You know I love you, mama. Just pray for me. But at the end of the day, you know that I'm going out fighting for what's right. Because if I stay in my house, if we all just had the same mind of not doing anything about this shit, the same thing gonna continue to happen. So we gotta be out here. We gotta get involved. We gotta put pressure. We gotta guide our youth. We have to be involved, and we have to set examples. That's the only way to lead, is by example. You can talk that talk all you want, but the youth is watching. Our youth need examples. Front line. Every time. We 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 front line. Every time.
That's great. That's great. And one thing I want to say and add on to that is that we're seeking for action. Again, this is specific. So call our city representatives, call your city council. Let's not stop that. I mean, we could be in the streets all day, but I want feet on the ground. I want our hands on the phone, calling, get on their nerves. That's how we're going to get change going. And that's only a percentage of getting stuff done. That's only a small percentage. There's a lot of work we got to do. And every protest, I guarantee every weekend is going to get more and more and more efficient. So I'm telling people out here right now, get ready to work. It's gonna be a lot more specifics going on here. You know. Up next I have Odious. I want to speak. My friend right over here. I'm gonna speak on. Thank you.
Hi y'all, my name is Odious. I'm with an organization called Sissy Riot. We're a network of queer artists and activists devoted to promoting the disarming, dismantling, and complete defunding of police. A primary objective of ours right now is to get the truth out about what happened on Saturday night to our hero, Garrett Foster. Those of us marching on the front lines of a war against terrorism, tyranny, injustice, and systemic oppression. Saturday night, right here in Austin, Texas, I witnessed a true warrior for the people be murdered by a terrorist who drove into a peaceful assembly of protesters. I saw the car aggressively bolt into protesters, missing me by just a few yards. I heard the bodies hit by the assailant's vehicle. While moving toward the injured to render aid, I saw the driver point a gun at protesters and open fire. 5 shots rang out from the driver's gun as protesters scattered and the car sped away. Let me break it down for y'all one more time. The driver assaulted protesters with an automobile, then opened fire on protesters. 2 extremely lethal weapons were used against peaceful protesters.
Hell yeah.
The vehicle was used as a weapon. The gun was used as a weapon. Despite those facts, our hero, Garrett Foster, never fired his gun.
Yeah! Exactly.
He was murdered. And the man who killed him was interrogated, then released by APD.
His name was Daniel Perry.
Daniel Perry.
Sergeant Daniel Perry.
Daniel Scott Perry.
APD released a dangerous terrorist into the public.
Way to
Murderer.
go, you dumb fucks.
These are the facts. Justice for Garrett Foster and justice for every victim who had to experience the terror and trauma of this attack on our human rights. Say his name. Say his name. Say his name. Say his name. No justice.
No peace.
Fuck these racist ass police. No justice.
No peace.
Fuck these racist ass police.
Fuck 12.
No justice.
No peace.
Fuck these racist ass police.
Fuck 12.
I love the energy. Oh, we're gonna turn up tonight. Trust me. We're gonna turn up tonight. We're gonna hit the streets. We're gonna go live. We're gonna go live. Yeah. I got got a few more awesome speeches coming up, and then we're gonna start hitting the streets. Up next, I got Doug. He's gonna speak on APD. Get up for Doug 11. What you see right now are black leaders talking. So make sure you give a round for that. We got black leaders talking over here. All right.
And as white supporters and as white allies,
There you go.
to allow them to speak.
Exactly, there it is. So that's what we're here for. This is what it is.
Hey everybody, my name is Doug. I'm with Tribune of the People. We're a revolutionary news organization. We were out here the night that Garrett Foster was murdered on the streets. We stayed out here, got all the eyewitness accounts, got all the video angles, and we found the killer. His name was Daniel Scott Perry. After he murdered Garrett, he rolled down the street, pulled over, called APD. They came to him. They said he was cooperating. They brought him back to the station and let him go. If that is not an example that this system does not stand, we cannot allow these types of things to keep happening. This whole institution needs to be abolished. All they do is protect fascists. They let this man go while they threatened us on the street. They barred us, brutalized us, punched us, pushed us into a corner. While our comrade lay dying on the ground. What is that? And then they go on national news, CNN, and they can't even hide their bias.
Listen to that.
Openly racist.
Openly.
Said Garrett got what he deserved, protecting black lives.
Fuck 12. Fuck Ken Cassidy. Fuck Ken Cassidy.
More on Daniel Scott.
Fuck the system.
We found tweets that he replied from Donald Trump, fantasizing about murdering protesters. Going into great detail about where to shoot protesters. Premeditated attacks. And they let him go. This is why the system cannot stand. They let murderers go while they shoot an unarmed black man named Mike Ramos, who had his hands up, scared, asking, what did I do? They murdered him, but they let a fascist, one of their own military men, go. Then they don't release his name. They do everything they can to protect him. Margaret Moore has done everything in her power to protect the officers that killed Mike Ramos. She has pushed back the charges. She has only tried one rape charge out of 1,000 that she was received. This system cannot stand. There is only one solution. Revolution! One solution.
Revolution! Thank you.
Thank you.
Fuck Margaret Moore.
So we have one more. Where's JJ at? All right. We're gonna speak right here.
Little big. Get a little big.
Hey guys, I'm Candy. I'm from Family for Justice. And I just want to thank everybody for being out here, as well as what we do. So we're out here in support of Garrett Foster. May he rest in power. As well as, you know, I'm very disappointed because, I mean, I was raised in a family where, you know, officers weren't bad per se. But now that I'm older and I'm a young adult, it's really disappointing. And, you know, I never thought I'd say this, but, you know, fuck 12. And hopefully, and I truthfully pray that we get justice. I believe that we gonna get justice. Because at the end of the day, we gonna be all right. And Saturday at 2, we're gonna be under the bridge feeding the homeless in honor of Garrett Foster. Garrett Foster. If you guys could please come out and support, that'd be greatly appreciated. Derek Foster, rest in power.
We love you. Love you, Garrett.
Rest in power,
FTP!
Fuck the police!
FTP!
Fuck
The police.
FTP!
Fuck the police!
So we got word from Garrett Foster's mother that she sent a message over, and we're gonna have somebody speak on that.
I keep telling myself that maybe if he'd been 10 minutes away from this spot, he would still be alive. I have to ask why he was right there at that moment. Why my son? Garrett and Winnie have been together since they were 17. They got engaged when they were 18. A month later, she really got sick and was diagnosed and sent home. 3 days after that, she went into a shock and had all 4 of her limbs amputated. Garrett had already enlisted for the Air Force and had to leave her 6 months later. But before he left, he never left her side. He brushed her hair, brushed her teeth, fed her, and learned how to apply her makeup for her the way she liked it. He cleaned up after her after trips to the bathroom. He went into the service and it was unbearable for both of them. He got discharged early because he wanted to come home and take care of Winnie. He loved her on a level that most people couldn't even compatible of. It was an unconditional sacrifice. 2 years ago, they bought a house in Austin. Last time I saw him was in May. Me and his younger sister visited the weekend before she moved to North Carolina. They were so happy. They had everything most people dreamed of. My son loved that woman more than anything on this planet, and he was good, a good man. He would never put himself in a position purposely to leave her for any reason. He told me the week before that he was still protesting every day, and he promised me that he wouldn't do anything to get himself in trouble or put him or Whitney in any harm way. This man killed my beautiful son. It is unbearable for everyone who knew and loved him, especially unbearable for Winnie. Please, if you see anyone say anything negative about him, tell them his real story.
Thank you.
That's a hero. That's a hero. And I want to say this. I wanted to speak on what you said, that the person that committed that crime, he didn't do it because he thought he was better than us.
Nope.
He thinks of himself so low he has to bring somebody to his level, or thinks that's his level.
And he's a coward. Did it in a freaking car. Fucking coward.
What, he was gonna get away with it?
We all know that he didn't bring us down. We're out here again this very night. We got Garrett Foster looking over us right now, I tell you that much.
Every day.
That strength that he had. We out here right now. Every day.
Every damn day.
Every day.
If I may, real quick, I want to. What is our consciousness? What is our consciousness? What is our soul? It is the electrical impulses in our brains. And when we die, our electricity never goes away. It never disappears. It spreads out. And every single one of us that was near him, we gained his energy when he passed. And we have his strength in every single one of us.
Cause this shit got me activated more than seeing that shit activated me.
Galvanized.
Trust and believe. I grieve. Of course I grieve like any other human being, but that shit got me activated.
Yes.
That shit pushed me to a level I didn't think I was gonna reach.
Yes.
So they thought that was gonna intimidate us. They thought that by doing some evil shit like that was gonna instill fear and keep us home. Wrong. Tomorrow marks a week. Tomorrow marks a week, y'all. We showing up. We popping up.
They thought that we was as weak as them. Nope.
Take one of the best of us.
We was out there that very next fucking night.
Hell yeah.
That next night. Less than 24 hours later, we was out there. They ain't stopping us. You seen the post, they ain't stopping us. Whose streets? 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 We're gonna take it over. We're gonna take this over.
This is just the beginning.
Just the beginning. Like I said.
There's actually a few things I do want to say. I want to give it to you real quick. However, last week at the visual, if you were there, I started the Star Power Black Collective White Allyship. We got a great response. Anybody that respond, hit us up. Appreciate it. We're gonna respond to y'all real quickly. The person I'm organizing with, we decided to make it to an allyship, so it's gonna be a non-black allyship. So if you have any interest, we're gonna be going over to policy change, protest street change, practical training in that. Tactical training in that. We're gonna have a research team. We're gonna have a marketing team. So if you're interested at all, it's gonna be allies at starpowerblackcollective.black, and that's Star Power BLACKOLLECTIVE.black. That means you'll get on the list, and we're gonna start recruitment on that next week. So again, it's a non-black allyship for Star Power.
One more time, the website.
The email's gonna be allies at starpowerblackcollective.black, and that's Star Power. It's gonna be BLACKOLLECTIVE.black.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Up next, we're gonna have Right Aid, right? Red Aid. All right, say it every time. We have Red Aid. All right, and he's gonna speak on what you're offering, which is tremendous.
Hey, you guys, I'll make this real brief. I'm part of an organization called Red Aid. Several of y'all have probably already handed you a flyer tonight. I want y'all to know what Red Aid does. Basically, whenever we're out here fighting for literal lives and trying to do what's right for society right now, there's a lot of police out here trying to fuck us up. There's a lot of people that are not police trying to fuck us up, like the guy that got Garrett. It's real fucked up how like there's just like this literal division, and so many people will back those people just because they got a uniform on. And so we all know that like we're out here doing the right thing, even if you know fucking car gets vandalized or some dumb shit. Like you have a right to rebel. It's not right what's been going on in society. If and when you do get in trouble fucking around out here at these protests and doing what's right, my organization Red Aid, I have a flyer with a phone number and everything, a little bit of information, but they're gonna try to make sure that like you don't incur either zero or very few monetary like costs if you get some trumped up ass stupid state jail felony charge for being out here and just doing what's right. Okay, so that's what Red Aid does. If any of y'all don't have the flyer that I've been handing out today, then come and see me. I got some in my backpack. In closing, I want to say may Garrett Foster rest in power. That shit devastated me, and I didn't even know him, but I recognized his girlfriend and everything like that. And I know that he was out here doing what's right and just trying to protect people. And good friend of mine, Javier Ambler, is one of the reasons why I'm out here every single week. Y'all see me out here, and I will not stop, and I will not stop, because that was a very good friend of mine as well. So that's another one of my homies that I hope we pay respects to, as well as Mike Ramos, and all you people out here are beautiful. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Say his name.
Garrett Foster.
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 Garrett Foster, presente en la chuza. Garrett Foster. Garrett Foster. Garrett Foster. Can everybody say hi, Mama Foster?
Hey, Mama Foster. We love you. We love you.
love you. We out here. We out here. We will keep his name, his legacy, everything he stood for alive. Your son is a hero. We promise that. That is a commitment.
Your
that
son
is
is a hero. We love you.
Yeah. Fuck Superman. Fuck Spider-Man. All that shit. Your son is the real hero. The real hero.
Hey, the hero mother on the phone right there.
Say his name.
Garrett Foster.
Yell his name.
Garrett Foster.
Yell his name.
Garrett Foster.
Say his name.
Garrett Foster.
We love you, Mama.
We love you, Mama.
Love you, Mama. Say hi, sis, for me.
I'm coming down there in a couple of weeks. I want to meet all of you.
I can hear you. You're on the speaker.
All right. I appreciate what y'all are trying to do for my son. I need you to make me a promise.
What's that?
Don't do anything that's going to get yourselves in any trouble, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a mother's word, y'all.
Okay.
Y'all can see I didn't say that.
I appreciate it. I appreciate everything y'all are doing, and I appreciate the way you love my son.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you. You raised the hero. You raised
Garrett
the man.
Foster.
Garrett Foster.
Yell his name.
Garrett Foster. Garrett Foster. Garrett Foster. Garrett Foster. Garrett Foster. Garrett Foster.
All right, can we get everybody to take a knee for 30 seconds? A knee for 30 seconds.
Yes, sir.
We gonna start stepping for him, Mama, in a little bit.
Anybody got something they want to say? Anybody got something they want to say? Hold on.
Fist up.
Fight back.
Fist up.
Fight back.
Fist up.
Fight back. Fight back.
That's right, baby.
We love you, Garrett Foster.
Y'all, I don't want to make like a speech or anything, but like folks are out here talking about like, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Folks are out here talking about justice and like, it's not a surprise that like, I don't think we should be surprised that APD let Garrett's killer go, right? Like, we're not interested in carceral justice. Like, that's not our justice. Like, if that night had ended with the cops like taking him into custody and him getting like the max sentence, like we're not out here and like supporting the fucking prison industrial complex. That's not what justice looks like. So when speakers are out here talking about, you know, like reimagining
What public safety is.
like how we live our lives, how we take care of each other, and how we like protect ourselves from these fools that like are trying to assail us with their bullshit. Like, that's part of the reimagining. It's not like demanding, you know, that like killer cops be prosecuted or whatever. Like, it's talking about like these are the roots of the system. So like when you talk about justice, like think about it in your own terms. Reimagine what justice looks for you, besides like carceral justice, which is like what we're all taught to believe is what justice actually looks like, and it's bullshit. We all know that.
All right. Sorry. Yeah. So you got okay.
So we gotta go take the streets. I ain't trying to hang up on you. So do you want to say anything else real quick before we do hang up?
No, I just love y'all. I appreciate you. Just be careful.
She said if you fuck shit up, she gonna spank you when she gets down here. I don't know what the fuck that was about. Alright, bye! See you later!
All right, so we're gonna start. Can I get the leaders real quick with me? And we're gonna start this march in a little bit. We're gonna lead, and the people on bicycle too. If I can speak to them real quick as well.
Do you want cars following?
Yeah.
mad at me, so.
I will follow. Guys, please allow the bikes to get through so they can speak to him.
All right, so we're gonna have a quick little intermission, and after that we're gonna march. So make sure you restroom break. Put your cell phones on. Make sure you have a lock on there too as well. Make sure we do that. We do have people falling from more than America. If you want.
Hey guys, so we're having audio issues. So I'm sorry the audio is not as crisp as it typically is. We are currently outside of Whole Foods on 6th and North Lamar, downtown Austin, Texas. Is that cool? There's a march about to happen. I don't know which direction, but there's a march about to happen. There's about
JJ has your iPhone.
50, maybe 75 to 100 people here.
That's all his word. That's what he said.
And we pretty much got here since the beginning. You guys heard a couple speakers say some words. And yeah, it hasn't been a very long event yet, so we'll get right back to it, guys. Hi.
It's just so hard to. So just like an example, yesterday, we showed up to some interpreters, we recognize that, we cherish their time, but, so it's hard for them to not interpret. It's just a bit easier to all right, here.
You just walk on these for support.
Hey Jamal, can I ask you a few questions?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Haram. Hello, Internet. How's it going?
Hello. How's it going, man?
Man, I'm honestly not okay, but I'm taking it day by day.
Yeah. So what are we up to today?
Today we are marching in solidarity with the Foster family in honor of Garrett, and also continuing to move forward the Black Lives Matter movement as well. For those of you who haven't heard, Garrett Foster's murderer was released by APD after they detained him in custody for about 16 hours. So he is still out here in these streets after murdering Garrett Foster, and that is bullshit, and we do not condone bullshit. And so we are out here to stand in solidarity for Garrett and his family. We had a beautiful moment with his mother on FaceTime, and she said she's going to be out here in a couple of weeks, and she wants to meet all of us. I'm excited.
That's really nice, man. And like, you know, what do you think is going to change here in Austin after Garrett's unfortunate death?
And well, that's a really good question. I can only speak to the immediate changes that I'm seeing right now, and it's bringing the community closer together, which is beautiful to witness. It's also raising awareness of the just honest bullshit that APD is on. And we need to keep doing that. We need to keep raising awareness and letting people know what is happening out here. And that way we can continue to take steps to make the changes that we want to see. You know, like personally, I would love to see that street renamed after Garrett. I would love to see better, like, I don't know, one of the humans out there made a really good point about, you know, like, even if Garrett Foster's murderer did end up in prison that night, we're not trying to support the prison system because that's also bullshit. And so it's a really slippery slope and a tricky line that we're walking here. But, you know, we're doing it day by day, taking it step by step.
What do you feel about Garrett's death, man? Like, I know you said you weren't doing okay. Like, you know, what does it make you feel about this movement?
Man, it's heartbreaking that that happened. You know, that the gun went off 5 times. Garrett Foster was hit with 4 of those bullets. And they were very high caliber rounds. Those 3 bullets could have easily killed any one of us. Garrett took all of those for us. And it's beautiful to see all of these people come together under his name. I love it. It makes me feel empowered, honestly. But at the same time, it makes me feel very, very heartbroken and sad that it had to come to something like this. And it's so traumatizing, man. Like, I feel like legitimately traumatized after that last Saturday, and being there with Whitney, his wife, at the hospital whenever we got the news, and witnessing her grief and witnessing her, like, it was so fresh. It just opened that wound all over again. It was so heartbreaking to witness, but it's empowering again to see everybody out here uniting and standing in solidarity. So yeah, it's hard, man, but it's beautiful.
Oh, I should have, yeah.
Well, thanks, Jamal, for your words. I really appreciate it, man. Have a good day.
Yeah, we're gonna stay safe out here. I love you, man.
Love you too.
Real quick before we start the march, I got a speech from MRB, the Mike Roberts Brigade.
Hey guys.
Bring it in. So I want to say this real quick. When we march the streets, make sure we keep it tight. That's one thing I want to say. We have to keep it tight. So we're gonna have people leading in the back. That's gonna be a little bit straggling behind. Y'all have to be in front of them the whole time. We're gonna have people leading in the front. We have to be behind them the whole time. So make sure we have that. All right.
Stay tight.
I'm gonna tell them the route's all good. We have a beautiful, clean, gorgeous route. It's gonna be fine. Up next, we have Mike Roberts Brigade gonna speak on this. This is my fellow comrade right over here. So please.
Hey everyone, I'm Fatima. Like King said, I'm with Mike Roberts Brigade, and I just wanted to speak a bit just about like how recent events have changed things. You know, like honestly, things will never be the same after what happened to Garrett Foster, and I want to talk about what exactly happened to him because I know that a lot of people have talked about it tonight, and I've had beautiful words to say about Garrett. I wish I had known him better. But I love him. I know that I love him, and I know that I love what he stood for. And we need to be clear about what Daniel Scott Kerry was out there to do. Facts. He was out there to enact a reactionary ideology. Yep. What he did does not exist in the abstract. It was not an individual, oh, I'm just feeling bad and I want to hurt people. He was doing things for the benefit of the ruling class. As a reactionary, he wants to push society even more backwards than it already is. That is what reactionaries do. That is what their ideology stands for. And reactionaries obviously do not fuck with the movement for Black Lives because they like the status quo. They like the way black people are treated by the imperialist ruling class. And that is why they come out in droves and try to hurt people who are willing to fight for Black lives. He was planning this for a while. He talked about how he was planning it, and no one did anything. He got to get away with posting that shit on social media. And then the cops let him go because they benefit from reactionary ideology. It protects them. Reactionary ideology produces the few individuals in society who are willing to fight for the cops. Because the people do not fuck with them. And that is why they protect people like Daniel Scott Perry. And I also want to talk about, what Garrett was doing when he was murdered. I hear people emphasizing the fact that it was a peaceful protest. I hear people emphasizing the fact that he did not shoot back. But let us be clear. If it was not peaceful, if he did shoot back, he still would not have deserved what he got. It is unjustifiable. And the thing is, I want to push back on this peaceful, non-peaceful divide, because that is what the ruling class wants. They want us to separate ourselves into peaceful protesters. We cannot keep talking about the pain and the suffering that's inflicted on protesters and constantly use peaceful and non-peaceful. I see people use the word peaceful in order to make it so, this really proves that they didn't deserve it because they were peaceful. Guess what? Everything that protesters are doing right now is in defense of Black lives. The ruling class hit first. This is in defense. Even if people are being militant in the streets, it is a defense because they've had violence inflicted on them for centuries. So we cannot act like we need to be peaceful. We cannot buy into this art. We have to clarify that the march was peaceful in order for people to care about us. If people don't fuck with us, it doesn't matter whether they're peaceful or not, so we cannot cater to them. We have to do what's right. What is right is rebelling. What is right is fighting as hard as Garrett Foster did for Black lives. That is what the right thing is to do. Instead of separating ourselves into peaceful and non-peaceful, we have to be completely willing to fight back, just like Garrett was. That is how we honor him. It is by being militant and fighting back, serving the people. That is what he did. And we cannot do that by constantly separating ourselves. That is what the ruling class wants. We must defend each other. Even if you don't want to get rowdy, please do not police people who do. Because it is right to rebel.
The only good fascist is a dead fascist.
Exactly. Passive fascists go hand in hand. So we honor Garrett Foster. We love him. He will always be present in this fight. And whether you're peaceful or not, the Mike Ramos Brigade will stand by you. Garrett Foster, presente en la lucha! Garrett Foster, presente en la lucha! Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Fatima.
Who's ready to rock this?
Hey guys, so we're on 6th Street in North Lamar. In Austin, Texas. Sorry, I have to go get some adapters to hopefully fix my audio. We're marching with an organization called the Star Power Black Collective. This march is in memory of Garrett Foster. We're on the south side of downtown Austin. And there's like 100 people out here about.
Who's our hero? Garrett Foster! Who's our hero? Garrett Foster! Say his name! Garrett Foster! Say his name! Garrett Foster! Black Lives Matter! 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 Say Black Lives Matter! Say Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Say Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Hey, Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Pissed up! Fight back! 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 Pissed up! Pissed up! Pissed up! Hell yeah!
Our last chant. Our last chant before our brother, our hero, our superhero transition into the next life. Our last chant was what? We frontline what?
Every time!
How often are we frontline?
Every time!
When do we show up to fight?
Every time!
We frontline!
Every time! 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 Every time!
You already know that when we don't just die, we don't die. What do we do?
Multiply!
We what?
Multiply!
We don't die.
We 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 multiply!
I said we don't die.
We multiply!
That's fucking right. That's motherfucking right. Everybody with a fist up. Everybody with a fist up. Fist up. Fist up.
Fight back!
Fist up.
Fight back!
Fist up.
Fight
You got
back!
a fist up.
Fight back!
Fist up.
Fight back!
Fist up.
Fight back!
Fist up. You got a fist up.
Fight
A
back!
fist up.
Fight back!
Fist up.
Fight back!
A fist up. You got a fist up.
Fight back!
Fist up.
Fight back!
Fist up.
Fight back!
Fist up.
Fight
You got
back!
a fist up.
Fight back!
Fist up.
Fight back!
Fist up.
Fight back!
Fist up.
Fight back!
All right, now everybody keep that fist in the air.
Yeah.
But you're gonna extend your index finger, point to the sky. For our fallen soldier, for our hero, for our brother, our family. Fist up strong, put index finger in the air. What's his name?
Garrett Foster!
His name?
Garrett Foster!
His name?
Hey, for those of you just tuning in, we're in Austin, Texas. We marched around the block, started on 6th and North Lamar. This event is being organized by an organization that goes by the Star Power Black Collective. I believe they're relatively newly formed. We have about 100 people out here, and this march is to bring attention to the Garrett Foster tragedy that happened almost a week ago today.
Fuck the police! Fuck the police! No justice! No peace! Fuck these racist ass police! Justice! No peace! Fuck these racist ass police! No justice! No peace! Fuck these racist ass police! I said no justice! No peace! Fuck these racist ass police! No justice! No peace! Fuck these racist ass police! No justice! No peace! Fuck these racist ass police! No justice! No peace! Fuck these racist ass police! No justice!
You got it.
Whose street? Our street. 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 Whose street? Our street.
When they try to stop us, when they say we can't do this, we not gonna look at them.
We're gonna say fuck 12! 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 Fuck Buck 12!
The one thing we're seeing right now, we start seeing high rises. We start, white people already stole our lives from the jump. They keep on doing.
Get that car back up. Get that car.
Keep it tight. Keep it tight.
Hey, we got out the truck. We got out the truck. Stay together.
Gotta let the truck get ahead of us, guys. Real quick, guys, I'm gonna say this again. I've said it before. When you take the best of us, you aren't left with the rest of us. You want to make that again? Let's do it.
Take it, let's do it. Let's do it.
When you're left, when you kill the best of us,
You're left with the rest of us.
when you kill the best of us,
You're left with the rest of us.
You're
left with the rest of us.
best of us.
You're left with the rest of us.
Get ready, yo, we coming. And I said, we see these high rises, you see all the high rises, property of the year. You know what I'm saying? Reminds me of them taking our shit. You know, they gotta go, right? They gotta take off, right?
Right. Hey, hey, ho, ho.
Hey guys, for those of you just tuning in, we are downtown Austin, Texas. This march was put together by Star Power, Black Collective, run by a few black leaders here in Austin. It's a relatively new organization. There's about 75 to 100 people out here. And we started on 6th and North Lamar, where the Whole Foods and Waterloo Records can be found. This event was organized in memory of Garrett Foster.
All right, let's keep it moving.
And that's the scoop.
All right, let's slow down.
They threw a beer can on us.
We're taking on these
What's up?
They threw a beer can on us.
From where?
From up there.
Really?
Our street! 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 Our street!
Go ahead and turn. You
wonder why? Who's street? Our street. Who's street? Our street. Who's street? Our street. Who's street?
I said so. While we were just walking down the street, somebody from the high-rise over there from the building threw a can at us, almost hit us on the head. What the heck's happening?
Thank you. Thanks for your words. What?
Somebody just threw a full can of White Claw off one of the balconies.
Yeah, I heard. You're the third person who tells me that. So, a full can of White Claw was thrown from one of the really high buildings out here and almost hit a protester. I think I'm gonna wear my helmet out of an abundance of caution. Definitely feel the tension out here. It feels like a very, or maybe I'm just traumatized, but we're downtown Austin, Texas. We're marching down 5th Street.
Hey.
Let's get back to it.
Let's not, hey, come on. Keep it pushing. Keep it pushing. Keep it pushing. Just make sure we get them recorded. Hold on. Make sure the truck is leading.
Hey, what happened?
Fucking rock at my window, bro.
Just make sure we staying vigilant.
Did they break your window?
Watching the window.
They did that. I would have broke their fucking ass,
Stay
bro.
vigilant. You know what I'm saying?
find you.
Hey, they threw a rock.
They already threw water bottles and shit. They already throwing water bottles. Hey, do not give him what he wants. Hey, do not give him what he wants. Do not give him what he wants.
All right, guys, it's really tense. People are throwing stuff at the protesters, like rocks and cans from the buildings, from the rooftops, or the balconies of the buildings out here. I gotta put my helmet on.
Hey, let's go. Hey, somebody get him. Somebody get our man. Come on, hold each other. Somebody get him. Let's go. Come on. We keep it moving. Come on. I'll give these motherfuckers something. They want that. That's what they want.
Hey, what happened, bro?
Somebody just talking shit. Somebody throwing shit right now. Throwing rocks at us. We're walking the truck right now, man. Fuck
Keep it moving. Keep it tight. Keep it moving. Keep it tight. Every night. Keep it moving. Keep it tight. Every night. Keep it moving. Keep it tight. We can do this every night. Keep it moving. Keep it tight. We can do this every night. Keep it moving. Keep it tight. We can do this every night. We can do. All right. Hey, middle fingers up real quick. Middle fingers up real quick. Middle fingers up real quick. What does FTP stand for? What does it stand for? I see y'all. That's what we talking about. That's what we give our energy to. FTP. Fuck the police. FTP. Fuck the police. FTP. Fuck the police. Give me FTP. Fuck the police. Give me FTP. Fuck the police. Oh yeah, FTP. Fuck the police. Come on, FTP. Fuck the police. FTP! Fuck the police! Yeah, spread out, but say at the same time. Make sure you're able. Yeah, stay wide. But actually, if you see hella gaps, make sure we fill those. Look out for each other. Exactly. Fill up the space. Fill the gaps. There we go. Say his name! Garrett Foster! Say his name! Garrett Foster! We gonna say his name! Garrett Foster! Say his name! Garrett Foster! We gonna say his name! Garrett Foster! We gonna hear his name! Garrett Foster! We gonna scream his name! Garrett Foster! We gonna yell his name! Garrett Foster! I said, what was his name? Garrett Foster! I said, what was his name? Garrett Foster! Oh yeah, what was his name? Garrett Foster! I said, what was his name? Garrett Foster! We gonna say your name! Garrett Foster! They gonna hear your name! Garrett Foster! I said, say his name! Garrett Foster! They gonna hear your name! Garrett Foster!
Got the bird out.
Several.
Check it out.
are scared.
No justice?
They're scared, that means there's money.
Check it. Hey, we're gonna go straight. We're gonna go straight and then no, we're gonna go straight and then my bad. That's me. Yeah, make a right on Guadalupe. Yeah, that was my bad.
All right, guys. So we're downtown Austin, Texas. We are on
I want to speak on this real quick.
North
Throwing
Sixth
shit at us, you see all
and
that shit?
5th.
That means because we're making moves.
We've been marching down
We're making noise, making
5th
moves.
Street for a while now.
We're out here, we're being
This
brave.
event
The only
is
thing they can do
organized
throw their
in the
fucking
name
Cokes at us, or their White
or in
Claws
memory
at
of Garrett Foster. Whew. It's been tense. So far, people have been throwing things at the protesters from the buildings on the balconies and stuff.
We out here.
I heard 3 witness accounts of a White Claw. And then I heard a couple of witness accounts of a rock being later thrown at the protesters.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter!
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter!
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter!
Check this out. White Claw, they just fucking threw at us. I got tipsy off this one sip right here. Fuck that shit. I don't give a fuck about that. Hey, make sure you recycle it. Yeah.
Black Lives Matter!
Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Say 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 Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter!
Things you at these restaurants right now having this stuff, thing they're trying to move and shit. I haven't seen out here.
Who's straight? Who's straight? Who's straight?
Our street!
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 We're passing by the federal courthouse.
Miss you too.
There's a lot of residents here in Austin. Specifically, Austin's targeted three young people who are being targeted with state jail felonies for fighting for Black lives. One of them is a Black mother who was scooped up by the feds at Wheatsville, arrested in front of her husband and her baby girl. DA Margaret Moore has been collaborating with the feds, using Trump's rhetoric about Antifa to stifle this movement, to act like it deserves to be criminalized. Meanwhile, she lets Megan Amos' killers walk free. So fuck DA Margaret Moore and fuck the feds who think they can come to our cities and tell us what to do and stifle our movements, because guess what? We only grow stronger, and potential political prisoners have our unwavering support.
FTP!
Fuck the police!
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 Fist up!
Fight back!
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 Fist up!
Fight back! 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 Fight back!
I love that. I love that. We out here. We out here. We front line.
Every time!
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 We 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 front line.
Every time!
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 We front line.
Every time!
We front line. We
Who killed Michael? I said, who killed Michael? I said, who killed Michael? I'm asking, who killed Michael? So who killed Michael? Yeah, who killed Michael? No, who killed Michael? Oh yeah, who killed Michael? Who killed Michael? They asking who killed Michael? Tell them who killed Michael? So who killed Michael? We knowing who killed Michael. We know who killed Michael. We saw who killed Michael. We know who killed Michael. Slow down, tighten it up.
Tighten it up.
We appreciate y'all for not running into us like a fucking coward. Cause we all know what that motherfucker was out there. He already had premeditated. That shit was premeditated. You saw the crowd in the middle of the street. He didn't even stop at the fucking light. Stop at the light. He was on a mission. He had one mission. You know what I'm saying? How to say it exactly. That shit was premeditated.
Hey, so for those of you just tuning in, we're downtown Austin, Texas, walking down 4th on the intersection of Lavaca.
It's all good.
This organization called Star Power Black Collective organized today's event.
We don't die. We multiply.
There's about 75 to 100 people out here, give or take.
We multiply. We don't die.
APD has been following the crowd, and so far it's been rather peaceful. I'm wearing my helmet because people were throwing rocks at the protesters, so I thought I'd keep myself a little safer, just in case things get rough.
We don't die. We multiply. Yeah, we don't die. We multiply. Say we don't die. We multiply. Yeah, we don't die. We multiply. Oh yeah, we don't die. We multiply. That's fucking right, y'all. Yep. Those words mean something to me. I hope they mean something to you. Yeah. I hope that means something to you. Yeah. Because that's exactly what they thought. You kill one of us, that's gonna silence the bunch. Hell no, you ignited the fire. You ignited the fire like a motherfucker.
You just poured that gas on the flame. Hey, is there any chance that y'all
Okay, we gonna make some noise for Javier Ambler. Man, sit right here. So when I say his name, y'all say Javier Ambler. Is there anything going on now? Just stop. Okay, so all right, for sure. All right. So Javier Ambler, we're making some noise for Javier. Say his name.
Javier Ambler.
Say his name.
Javier Ambler.
Say his name.
Javier Ambler.
We gonna say his name.
Javier Ambler.
We gonna say his name.
Javier Ambler.
We gonna say your name.
Javier Ambler.
We gonna know your name.
Javier Ambler.
We gonna yell your name.
Javier Ambler.
We gonna scream your name.
Javier Ambler.
Oh yeah, say his name.
Javier Ambler.
I said say his name.
Javier
I
Ambler.
said what was his name?
Javier Ambler.
Hey, what was his name?
Javier Ambler.
What was his name?
Javier Ambler.
What was his name?
Javier Ambler.
Say his name.
Javier Ambler.
We gonna say his name.
Javier Ambler.
Who killed Ambler?
APD.
I said who killed Ambler?
APD.
I said who killed Ambler?
APD.
We know who killed Ambler.
APD.
You saw who killed Ambler.
APD.
Oh yeah, who killed Ambler?
APD.
Who killed Ambler?
APD.
Who killed Ambler?
APD.
Hey, who shot Justin?
APD.
I said who shot Justin?
APD.
I said who shot Justin?
APD.
I said who shot Justin?
APD.
Hey, who shot Ayala? Hey, who shot Ayala? I said who shot Ayala? I said who shot Ayala? You know who shot Ayala? You know who shot Ayala? Say his name. Say his
So
name.
for those of you just tuning in,
Say his name.
we are in the area where Garrett Foster was shot. His memorial is also here. We started on 6th and North Lamar, and now we're on 4th and Congress. There's about 85 to 110 people out here, something like that.
Never forget. Fucking murder him. And let him fucking go. How strong is Whitney right now? They let a murderer go. This is what we deal with right now. Don't act like this is brand new. This has been going on since the beginning. This is our fight. They let murderers go. Not only did they let him go, they protect him. He was fighting for my life, Jay's life, Whitney's life, Black lives. And he got murdered, and for the fact that he was protecting Black lives, they let him go.
Yeah, we gotta move.
All right.
Let's keep it moving.
Say his name! Say his name! Say his name!
It looks like protesters are worried that police are surrounding protesters tonight. There are police cars behind us, in front of us. I mean, pretty much at every intersection and any roadway leading out, I believe.
While we're going down the middle, we're gonna get up on the sidewalk to get around them. So that's all we got at this point. Yeah. Oh, he's gonna move. Okay, cool. They're blocking the road for us. They know it's get our lead, put her up there. We all got a lead. Yeah.
I think they're gonna turn. As soon as we go straight, we'll stop about 50 feet in front of them. If they don't turn around and keep moving,
They won't know.
They won't know. See, yeah, they're moving. All right.
Say his name! Garrett Foster! Say his name! Garrett Foster! Say his name! Garrett Foster! Say his name! Garrett Foster!
They gonna say his name.
Garrett Foster!
They gonna know his name.
Garrett Foster!
I said say his name.
Garrett Foster!
I said say his name.
Garrett Foster!
Hold on, before we go on, I said this the other night. When we come out like this, we show it like this, and we're making our brother's name be heard and his legacy live on. I come out here with the mission to lose my fucking voice. I want to go home without a voice. I want to put stress on my fucking vocal cords. And I think y'all should too. So say his name! Say his name! Say his name! Say his name! They gonna know his name! Say his name! What was his name? What was his name? Say his name! Say his name! Say his name! Say his name! What was his name?
was his name? Garrett Foster! What was his name? Garrett Foster! I said, what was his name, y'all? Garrett Foster! I said, what was his name, y'all? Garrett Foster! Say his name! 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 Garrett Foster!
I want to say this real quick. We lost an ally. I'm not going to let the cops stop us from remembering his name. Thank you. As far as I'm concerned, Garrett Foster lost his life for us. The least that I can do, and this is on God, to fucking get arrested and fucking remember his goddamn name. That's the least I can do. If they choose to arrest a grieving people, that shows the heart of these motherfuckers. If they choose to arrest a grieving people that's choosing to come out here and march, protest, nothing's broke, nothing's on fire. If they choose to arrest and to jail people, that shows the heart of APD.
There's police sirens and helicopters all around the protesters. There's also police cars
to arrest the grieving people that lost a brother
that are blocking the roads for the protesters.
That shows the heart of every agency that came out here. Y'all choose to arrest and to brutalize, to fuck with the grieving people. That will show the ultimate heart.
You already know who
Say his name! 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 Yell his name! Scream his name! Say his name! Say his name!
So we are downtown Austin, Texas, with the Star Power Black Collective.
Don't worry about that, we good. I want to say this, they're going to do scare tactics.
There's about 75, 85 to 100 people out here, maybe closer to 100. We are right now on 6th Street, on the intersection of 6th Street and I have no clue. We're on 6th, where Eureka is.
Our streets! 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 ABG! ABG! ABG!
And then stand in front of me so he's not.
How's it going, man? What's up?
I said pretty good. I was worried about you. I was watching a live stream when it happened.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. It's just it's been a lot of walking. I'm kind of tired. It's been a lot of walking, huh?
What?
It's been a lot of walking, huh?
I'm old and fat. Shit.
What are you doing out here, man?
Huh?
What are you doing out here?
Just walking with the group.
Cool. Have you been out protesting before?
Yeah.
Is this, how many times have you been out here?
Most of the time it's over 11 hours.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for talking to me. I appreciate it. I'm going to catch up with the protesters. Have a good one.
I think this came from your setup.
Oh, yeah, I did. Thanks, man.
Fuck these racist ass police!
Don't hold it.
Hey man, the first thing APD did when they pulled up on the scene, man, and that's why it ain't unforgivable, dog. Like, we literally see our brother taking his last breaths, man. The last thing you do is infuriate the people. The last thing you do is put your hands on the people, threaten to arrest the people, talking about get the fuck back, get the fuck back. That's the last word you. When you seen your brother get blasted, bro. That's just not fucking right. That's immoral. That's evil, dog. So everybody put a middle finger up And we gonna continue with this FTP shit. What does that stand for, y'all? I'm sorry, I'm kind of new to this. This is like my first time out. What does FTP stand for? What was that? FTP? FTP? Oh, FTP. You talking FTP? I'm talking FTP. I said FTP. I said FTP. I said FTP. I said FTP. I said, what does that mean? 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 I said FTP. You saying FTP?
So for those of you just tuning in, I'm extremely sweaty in the Kevlar vest and then this plastic shell and then this helmet and the long sleeve shirt. But anyway, we're outside of Austin, Texas. We are going down 8th Street towards Austin Police Headquarters. There's about 70 to 100 people out here. We marched where we started, from where we started on 6th and North Lamar, made it to 4th and Congress, and finished here at Austin Police Headquarters.
No peace! Fuck these racist ass police! 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 Fuck Trump! No peace! Fuck these racist ass police! Fuck Trump! No peace! Fuck these racist ass police! Fuck Trump! No peace! Fuck these racist ass police! Fuck you, bitch! Quit your fucking job! Fuck you! Fuck you, you fucking ugly slut! No peace! Fuck these racist ass police! No justice! No peace! Fuck these racist ass police! No justice! No peace! Fuck these racist ass police! No justice! No peace! Fuck these racist ass police! No justice! No peace! Fuck these racist ass police!
That helicopter has been following the protests since we started the march.
Our streets!
There's no justice.
No peace. Fuck these racist ass police.
Fuck 12, no justice.
No peace.
Fuck these racist ass police.
No justice. No peace. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice. No peace. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice. Fuck these racist ass police. No peace. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice. No peace. Fuck these racist ass police. Yes, we see you. We see you, man.
Hey, look. Anybody that got it, we don't need every phone out, but make sure we got our phones out to capture the moment in case they try some fuck shit, in case they go there. Make sure we show them. Ain't nothing broke, ain't nothing on fire. What? We out here. What is it gonna be?
Every time.
We front line.
Every time.
As soon as we see them on any kind of fuck shit, they bring their horses out. Pull your phones out. Pull your phones out and record what the fuck happens. Make sure we get on tape what the fuck happens. I didn't have the luxury of that shit when I got arrested, when I got brutalized. I make sure, and that's why I'm so keen. That's why I'm so big on staying together. I don't care. You make sure we stay together. We stay together, y'all. Because when I got arrested, I was a rookie mistake. I was in the back of the group while everybody was up here thinking I can have a... They say we can't stand in the roadway.
Our streets! Our streets! Our streets!
APD is warning protesters against being on the road. I'm gonna get on the sidewalk because I don't do anything illegal. And me being here risks.
Hey y'all, we gonna keep this shit moving. Right here.
What's up, man? This is the first time I heard.
Keep that going. Whose streets? Whose streets? Whose streets? Whose streets?
Pretty intimidating.
Whose streets? 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 We saying whose streets? Whose streets?
I know. I can tell.
Whose streets? Whose streets?
Why are they doing tactical?
My brother was murdered.
Huh?
I don't give a fuck. My brother was murdered. I don't give a fuck. My brother was murdered.
I'm not. I'm just recording, man. Yeah.
You're safe. Come on, know this.
I don't know, man. I haven't really asked him. It's a new group. You could ask him though. I'm trying to find that out too.
Yeah, we gonna keep it moving, y'all. Keep it tight. We gonna keep this shit going. Keep it going. We can't just stay in one spot. We gonna keep maneuvering. You know what I'm saying? We gonna keep this shit pushing. We gonna keep it pushing.
No justice! No peace! Fuck these racist ass police! No peace! Fuck these racist ass police! No justice! No peace! Fuck these racist ass police! No peace! Fuck these racist ass police! No justice! No peace! Fuck these racist ass police! No peace! Fuck these racist ass police!
right. Three in hoods. I don't know. I don't think. Those three guys in the hoods? That's the right.
In the gray hoodies?
They came out of nowhere.
Okay. Thanks for the heads up, girl.
Police! No justice! No peace! No peace! Racist ass police! No justice! No peace! No peace! Racist ass police! No peace! No peace! Racist ass police! No peace! Racist ass police! No peace! Racist ass police! No justice! No peace! No peace! Racist ass police! Fuck Trump! No peace! Fuck these racist ass police! Fuck Trump! No peace! Fuck these racist ass police! Fuck Trump! No peace! Fuck these racist ass police! No peace! Fuck these racist ass police! No justice! No peace! Fuck these racist ass police! No justice! No peace! Fuck these racist ass police!
We lost somebody last week. I'm not gonna forget his name. What's his name?
Garrett Foster!
What's his name?
Garrett Foster!
Say his name!
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 Garrett Foster!
Fuck up! FTP!
Fuck the police!
FTP!
Fuck the police!
Said 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 FTP!
Fuck the police!
FTP!
Fuck the police!
FTP!
Fuck the police!
Who's street?
Our street!
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 Who's street? Who's street? Who's street? Who's street? I want to say this. I want to thank the organizations that have been holding this, keeping it strong. Mike Roberts Brigade for keeping it out there. Peace and Austin for holding down strong. F4J Band for Justice for holding us down strong. We all got our own goals like that, but all come together for this. It means a lot to me. We're a strong ass community. We're gonna keep on going. The cops can keep their precious highway. I don't give a fuck. We'll take it over one day, but right now we'll surprise them with that shit. Again.
Yeah. We should fake them out before we do it.
Oh no, we got everything all covered. Trust me.
It's in the works.
It's in the works. Yeah, trust me.
Because that's our highway.
We gotta catch them while they're sleeping. You know, cops. You know, pigs need to sleep too. Pigs need to sleep too. Whose streets? 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 Whose streets?
Hey, for those of you just tuning in, we are outside in Austin, Texas, downtown. There are about 70 to 100 people out here. APD is following the crowd. They warned against being on the roadway already in front of the APD building. So protesters decided to keep on marching. We've been marching for almost an hour now. Or maybe it feels like an hour. We've been marching for a little while now. This event was organized by the Star Power Black Collective.
All Black Lives Matter.
It seems like there are other organizations that are working together with the Star Power Black Collective to make events like these happen.
All Black Lives Matter. 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 All Black Lives Matter.
Fist up, everybody. Fist up, everybody. Oh yeah, this is my favorite one.
Oh, fuck yeah, man.
You know we speed it up.
Yeah.
Fist up. 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 Fist up.
Just reminding you guys that I'm a member of the press. I don't break any rules. I only film. I comply 100% with what I need to. I try to be unbiased, which is why you don't hear a lot of commentary from me. And if you're wondering why I'm wearing this is because I almost got shot the night that Garrett Foster was shot dead. Under this I have a Kevlar vest, so it's not just a plastic shell. The plastic shell is there in case I fall or someone tries to punch me. I don't know. I mean, even as media, I can tell you there's always a chance you're gonna get caught up in the wrong place at the wrong time. And even though this is killing me, to be honest with you, I'd rather have it on. It's scary, guys, for sure. But again, I try to comply with the law, unbiased, unedited, raw footage.
Into the streets! 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 Out of the bar! 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 I bought a black mat. I got this one. Out of the bar! Into the streets! Out of the bar! Into the streets!
Hey, slow down the pace a little bit, y'all. Slow down the pace. Slow down the pace. And make sure we fill in this gap. It's looking like we lost a few, or maybe they back and they in the back. Come on, y'all. I'm not liking that. That's not sitting well on my conscience, knowing y'all all the way back there. Huh?
Garrett Foster! Garrett Foster!
Say his name.
Garrett Foster! Garrett Foster!
Say his name.
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 Garrett Foster!
Yell his name.
Garrett Foster!
Scream his name.
Garrett Foster!
Say his name.
Garrett Foster!
What was his name?
Garrett Foster!
I said, what was his name?
Garrett Foster!
What was his name?
Garrett Foster!
You gonna say your name?
Garrett Foster!
You gonna say your name?
Garrett Foster!
What was was his name?
Garrett Foster.
What was his name?
Garrett Foster.
What was his name?
Garrett Foster.
What was his name?
Garrett Foster.
Who's our hero?
Garrett Foster.
Who's our hero?
Garrett
I
Foster.
said, who's our hero?
Garrett Foster.
I said, who's our hero?
Garrett Foster.
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 That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Hey, united we stand? I'm not hearing nobody. United we stand?
Divided we fall.
I say united we stand?
Divided we fall.
What happens when we're united? We stand. And what happens when we're divided? What happens when we stand? Wait, hold on. What happens when we're united? What happens when we're divided? What happens when we're united? What happens when we're divided? United we stand.
Divided we fall.
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 United we stand.
Divided we fall. 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 Divided we fall.
Hey, could you tell us what's going on out here?
So tonight is standing in solidarity with all of our fallen comrades like Javier Ambler, Garrett Foster, Mike Ramos. All of their lives matter, and we will be here fighting for justice. And Brian Manley has come out and said that
United we stand.
he used intentional language to try to misguide this justice for Garrett. They are trying to intentionally mislead all viewers from understanding what actually happened that night. It is a systematic issue that says if you're protesting for Black lives or standing with Black lives, that your life doesn't matter either. Because you better believe if that was an anti-abortion protest and someone drove into the crowd to try to hurt people, Garrett would have been a hero, but he's our hero. Thank you, Hiram.
Thank you.
Brianna, Taylor, all of y'all who think we need more evidence, you confess and arrest the killers of Brianna, Taylor. You catch the vibe? Knock it off my page.
Hey guys, for those of you that don't know, we're downtown Austin, Texas with the Star Power Black Collective. We've been marching for about 45 minutes now, maybe an hour. I don't know, but for a long time. There's about 75 to 100 people out here. So far, rather peaceful. At some point, people were throwing objects from the balconies of the apartments downtown, but that only happened twice.
Working people, give them hell! 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 We are hurt, APT are murderers! 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 We are
Hey man.
APD.
Can I jump on?
Yeah, jump on.
Cool.
APD. APD. Check it. Whose streets? 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 Check it. No justice. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice. Fuck these racist ass. No justice. Fuck these racist ass. No justice. Fuck these racist ass. No justice.
Downtown Austin, Texas, guys.
No justice.
I took a quick break on this caddy.
No
I don't know what to call it.
Fuck these racist ass police.
I'll be getting right back on. I just get a little extra
Fuck
tired
these racist ass
because I'm
police.
running to the front, to the back, to the front, along with marching
these racist ass
with the
police.
protesters.
Fuck these racist ass police. Yeah. No justice. Fuck these racist ass police. 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 No peace. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice. No peace. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice. No peace. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice. No peace. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice. No peace. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice. No peace. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice. Fuck these racist ass police. No peace. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice. Fuck these racist ass police. No peace. Fuck these racist ass police. Fuck 12. Fuck these racist ass police. Fuck 12. Fuck these racist ass police. Fuck these racist ass police. No peace. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice. No peace. Let me see your fist. Racist ass police. Let me see your fist. Let me see your fist. Fist up. 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 Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Said Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. I said Black Lives Matter.
I'm gonna hop off.
Black Lives Matter. 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 Black Lives Matter.
those of you just tuning in, we are downtown Austin, Texas. We've been marching for an awfully long time now. We are currently on Rio Grande and 6th Street, if you're familiar with the area. We started at, was it 6th and North Lamar? Marched to where Jarrett was shot and killed, and where there's his memorial. Went to Austin Police Department, and then continued marching here. People have thrown objects from their balconies as we're walking down. But beyond that, it's been peaceful. People are just marching and chanting. This event was organized by Star Power Black Collective, a newly formed organization in Austin, Texas. This is in memory of Garrett Foster, who was killed at one of these marches. The details of that case are still being investigated, but there's definitely a lot of misinformation about the case.
No peace, fuck these racist ass police. No justice, no peace, fuck these racist ass police. No justice, no peace, fuck these racist ass police. No justice, no peace, fuck these racist ass police. No justice, no peace, fuck these racist ass police. No justice, no peace, fuck these racist ass police. Fuck 12, no peace, fuck these racist ass police. Justice, no peace, fuck these racist ass police. No justice, no peace, fuck these racist ass police. No justice, no peace, fuck these racist ass police. No justice, no peace, hey, 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 hey. No peace, fuck these racist ass police. Fuck 12. Hey, 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 hey. I said no justice. Hey, 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 no justice. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice. Fuck these racist ass police.
Hey guys, remember that this channel, I just report. I don't give any opinion or much commentary aside from the objective facts. I do that as much as humanly possible. I'm typically in Austin, Texas, but I'll be traveling more often, covering more events around the country. It's all streamed, raw, unedited footage of history in the making, essentially, right? So let's get right back to it.
Whose streets? Our streets. 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 Whose streets? Our streets.
Whose streets? Our streets. Whose streets? Our streets. Whose streets? Our streets. Whose streets? Our streets. Whose streets? Our streets. Whose streets? Our streets. Whose streets? Our streets. Whose streets? Our streets. Whose streets? Whose streets? Our streets. 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 Whose streets? Our streets.
Hi, do you mind saying something about camera? Gotcha. No worries. Yeah, could I ask you a few things on camera?
Say his name!
Could I ask you a few things on camera? Cool, cool. So, what's going on out here?
We are here in memory of Garrett Foster. We are here to show that when you kill the best of us, you're left with the rest of us. And we will rise up more and more fierce every day. Those words came from a dear friend of mine. And if he sees this and he wants to comment, then we can all know his name. But my dear friend in peace in Austin, when you said they were killing the best of us, they were here gonna have to deal with the rest of us. I felt it, honey, and you are so right. I'll say it again, what is our core consciousness? What is our soul? It is the electrical impulses in our heads. And when we die, that electricity doesn't ever disappear. It soaks into everything around it. Garrett went into every single one of us, and we are having the strength of him and the love of him. Garrett Foster! 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 His wife! Garrett Foster! His mother! Garrett Foster! His father! Garrett Foster! His family! Garrett Foster! His wife! Garrett Foster! His mother! Garrett Foster! His father! Garrett Foster! His family! Garrett Foster! His mother! Garrett Foster! His father! Garrett Foster! His wife! Garrett Foster! His family! Garrett Foster! His mother! Garrett Foster! His father! Garrett Foster! His wife! Garrett Foster! His family! Garrett Foster! His mother! Garrett Foster! His father! Garrett Foster! His wife! Garrett Foster! His family! Garrett Foster! His mother! Garrett Foster! His father! Garrett Foster! His family! Garrett Foster! His wife! Garrett Foster!
He gave up everything. He loves business so much. He's very scared so fucking much. I want to do so much more.
His mother will never be able to see him again. His wife will never be able to see him again. We will never be able to see him again. But he is still with us. And for those reasons, we are still out here. For those reasons, we are still fighting. This is not going to discourage us. This is not going to tear us down. This is not going to dissuade us. This is going to make us fight back stronger and harder and smarter. And his name will live on. That, what you feel, that's him with us. That is Garrett's spirit in each and every one of us right here, right now. Feel that. Feel that shit. That is Garrett in all of us.
That's it. Whose streets?
Our streets.
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 We ain't stopping.
Nope.
We ain't stopping. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
So, hey guys, what's up? Probably look super sweaty, and that's because I am. We are outside Whole Foods on 6th and North Lamar. The protesters have taken to the street.
Right now. The fight's still strong. The fight's still going.
There's a helicopter definitely following the protesters. It has been following us since the beginning of this event.
What's the event you got tomorrow?
There are
Alright, so make
police
sure y'all show up for that.
officers
Don't want to keep on doing it. Again, it's a lot more than street protests. It's a
down
lot
there.
more than doing this. We got to
There's
start doing a
police
good cause, alright?
officers on the other side.
Which bridge?
Protesters seem concerned
APD
about
bridge.
getting arrested.
2 p.m. So make sure we show up for
APD
that,
has been
alright?
very, very, very strict about obstruction of the
Also,
roadway.
there's Amplify Black
They
Voices at BET
have not
Tower
made
tomorrow
any
at 7:30.
exceptions arresting people.
So we got a lot of energy. We got a lot of passion.
Haven't been very lenient. They
We're gonna keep on
will
showing
arrest
out.
individuals promptly after they give warning. So far on this particular street, we have not heard a warning, but we heard one in front of the Austin Police Headquarters. We also saw that APD posted online.
You need to move out of the roadway.
And that is a warning the APD is giving protesters to move out of the street. I'm on the sidewalk. Remember, I'm biased, 100% legal. I don't want to get taken away again for no reason, or for any reason at all. Whatever the case may be.
Please say so. Please, because you said so, not because they said so.
Hey, this is why we got incognito for.
Let me tell you something quick.
If you see a car, get out of the street. Fucking police.
We got to be smart about this. We did what we did tonight. We're going to be doing a lot more. That's what I'm saying. Conserve energy. We got a lot of passion. We did what we did.
For self-care.
Hey, I was watching your video on Facebook the other day. Oh, cool, man.
Yeah, no, we're not getting the streets. We are done. We are done for tonight. As far as Star Power goes, we are done for tonight.
Time for self-care.
Yeah, so make sure we stay together when we do this. All right. Hey guys, listen. Make sure we get off the streets. All right, that's good. All right. Hey, hey, listen to me. Listen to me on the microphone. Listen. Whoever wants to be on the street, let them go on the street. Whoever wants to be on the street, let them go on the street. I'm calling it for tonight. We ain't gonna fight a protest against protest. I'm not doing that. Y'all want to do that? That's fine. I'm not about that. I'm gonna send my energy fighting the pigs.
You're protecting the people.
We're protecting the people. Yeah.
It's not safe to be in the street right now. We need to go home safely. Understand that.
I'm the one that held this. I'm not against y'all.
Speak on it. Unity.
All right? This is unity. We got to go about this a smart way. We're going to get this shit.
Guys, out of
Hey, if they want to be on the street, that's their prerogative. I'm saying Star Power's in ours part.
Look out, man.
We're on the sidewalk.
I understand.
Dead, bro. Somebody fucking dead, bro. Somebody dead, bro. We still doing the same shit.
Garrett Foster's mom said for us to be safe. We're gonna give her that promise. She lost her son, and she said that for us to be safe.
Yes. Speak on it.
Garrett's mother, she said that we're gonna be safe. We gotta be safe. Let's do that for her at least. She lost a son. She asked if we could be safe. That's one thing we can do for her. We can yell out Garrett Foster's name, but let's listen to the mom. She said for us to be safe.
That's right.
The woman who raised him.
That's right.
She just lost a son. We're not gonna go against her word.
That's right.
That's the least we can offer her.
That's right. That's right.
She's watching us right now. She just lost a son. And she asked the most unselfish thing. She said for us to be safe.
Don't get in trouble.
Don't get in trouble. And we promised. We said we promised. Let's not break that. I understand there's a lot of energy right now. There's a lot of passion. I feel like going to those cops right there and doing something stupid. I'm not going to do it though. Trust me, there's a lot of things I want to do that's stupid.
That's a big fact.
Come on.
Hey.
I'm the one that's black. I want to do dumbass shit right now, what they've been doing to us. So when as a black leader, I don't want to see no white people on the street right now. You're going to fuck it up for us.
That's misrepresentation.
Right. Right.
Evil.
The time will come. Be safe. I love y'all.
They let traffic go. Thank you.
All of y'all. Thank all of y'all for coming out.
No, they let traffic go. They let traffic go.
Stay together too. If you came by here by yourself,
Ladies and gentlemen, please stay on the road. The road is back open up for traffic.
We police ourselves.
Back 12. How did Garrett die? How did he die? How did he die? Someone drove into the street and shot his ass. They were watching us. Don't go What we doing there? What we doing? No, we're not. I know that.
Fuck this shit and we're gonna squash it right here. I need both y'all to shake hands because this is not what we're doing. No, both y'all need to calm down.
Hey, look out, man.
Calm down.
Yo.
Y'all are brothers.
Hey, man.
Y'all are brothers.
Hey, look. Look, man. What we doing, bro? This ain't gonna happen. Ain't shit gonna happen. What the fuck we doing? Marching the street? What's up? Honestly, bro.
We can't do that. We cannot do
What the
that.
fuck is gonna happen if we keep doing the same fucking thing? Nobody, okay then. I'ma do what the fuck I wanna fucking do. Ain't nobody here fucking a motherfucking thing. The same fucking thing.
You are acting on your own. Stop that. We are here for the people. We have to protect them.
I know.
The problem is you're letting APDCs fall the fuck apart.
Yup.
Garrett stood on unity. What the fuck is this shit? What the fuck is this shit?
Hey, brothers fight. Family fight. They getting back and forth. Shit happens.
What's not about to happen? We're not about to
This is internal.
That's not what's gonna happen.
You're watching us right now.
And right now, you just saw me crumble and get the fuck back up. I just contradicted myself, but what we gotta do now is we gotta show them that we can get back on our feet, and what I need y'all to do is make up right now.
Yeah, we
I need y'all.
Because we listen. But we still say fuck the police.
Alright, look. Y'all wanna settle this? Let's settle it. If you wanna get your ass in that motherfucking street, take your motherfucking ass in that goddamn street. If you wanna get in the street, get in the street.
If you don't, go.
Not a goddamn difference.
It's true. Right now in the office. Wants a spectacle. Look what y'all are doing. Causing a spectacle. I got one thing to say. If you want to take over the street, take over the street. If you don't want to take over the street, go somewhere else. I'm tired of arguing between protesters. We are all on the same side. If you want to go on the street, go on the street. If you don't, don't. We don't need to tell adults what to do. Star Power Black Collective is not part of this, alright? But we need to stop getting mad at each other. We're not going to go anywhere. We need to focus that energy and passion toward the real enemy. I am tired. So I don't want to hear any more yelling about the view that it hurts me. I'm not doing it to tell y'all to do. I'm telling you that it hurts me. So please stop arguing with each other. That's what we want.
As you guys can see, you know, these movements aren't just black and white. There's so much nuance
I'm not about to tell somebody how to protest. So
you know, these kind of really complicated events. Which is why I say, you know, before you form an opinion, you gotta know, you know, what's really going on in this part of town. So there's that. We're outside of Whole Foods. That's downtown Austin on 6th Street and North Lamar. We've been marching for a really long time, which is why I'm really sweaty. And plus I'm wearing a bunch of equipment now to keep myself safe. I don't break any laws. We're unbiased, unedited footage of the protests out here. Geez, man, if I seem kind of out of it, it's just because I'm starting to get real sweaty under all this equipment I have on. But nonetheless, there's a divide about what the protesters should do, and people are still debating what the best option is. And you know, y'all could decide who you agree with at home, but that won't be my job to do. That'll be your job. So let's get right back to it.
Set up like weekends are busy. Be tired as fuck tomorrow. Gotta make sacrifices.
Sorry guys, I'm just probably really delirious from wearing all this equipment. My hair feels wet, like I'm just kind of sweaty and really hot. I think I need a break to regain my coherence. Also, my eyes get irritated. I don't know what it is out here. I don't even know if my eyes are red. I can't see my own eyes. It's just tough. It's been tough recently to be out here. There's a lot that and I'm also kind of, really paranoid now, looking around and getting distracted more easily because of what happened last week. I was a little too close, and I'm still kind of overcoming, those feelings of insecurity that I developed after that event.
Everybody needs to show up tomorrow. Tomorrow,
yeah, I'm across cross the bridge. I'm up at Texas State 17.
Bring whatever you can. We're feeding the less fortunate. Bring whatever you can. We're feeding the less fortunate. We're clothing. Yeah, whatever is not needed. We're clothing them. We're bringing everything. You know, blankets. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Tomorrow at 2, underneath the bridge at APD.
You know, it's no secret that that I would be on. I've said it on stream before, but I have nothing against it. I also it's not something I do regularly, so. But I think it's a funny concept. Yeah, no. I'm not scared, guys. I'm just extra careful. Like, you know, it's just you realize you need to have a heightened sense of awareness of your surroundings. You know, knowing who's behind you, knowing who's in front of you, you know, which way the crowd is moving. I mean, it's you know, doing this job correctly takes a lot of time, you know, learning, a lot of situational awareness, etc.
How are you feeling about tonight?
Good.
You too. You too.
That's funny. Dude, man, this Kevlar vest is heavy. I've never sweat like this before.
Drenched.
I'm drenched, man.
I think I'd be sweatier than you.
Yeah.
Get home safe.
You too, man. You going home?
Yeah, my car's right around there. Gotta get ready for tomorrow.
Okay. Stay safe.
Did you file a police complaint yet, Hiram?
What's up?
File a police complaint with the OTO yet?
No.
You need to contact me, man. You put every photographer in danger of the same thing happening. We have to lock this shit down.
Yeah.
I'm working on an injunction right now with the district court.
Okay, we'll be in touch. Yo, I don't work for Soros, guys. Otherwise, I'd be so much better off in terms of equipment. I'm completely independent. A little bit about me. I just started streaming one day and it got kind of popular, and ever since I feel like bringing unbiased information has done more good to our community than bad, especially in terms of promoting and sparking educational and civil discussions about, you know, the kind of different dynamics and movements and ideas that we're experiencing out here. I think that, you know, in order for us to have a real conversation about the movements in 2020, we need to have real information. I don't affiliate myself with any group. I don't affiliate myself with any political organization. I am completely 100% independent and just do this for the good of journalism beyond anything else.
Marching to bring about change, then we have to be so specific how we march something else. The march cannot be the end of the activity. There has to be something else that happens during with the march. They don't march because they like marching. They march because they knew that would entice the police to meet them with violence. And if the cameras are on, then it's for everybody to see. And now you can't hide.
I told him, everybody stay calm right now. So Yom Kippur tomorrow. Tomorrow is going down. Tomorrow night is going down.
Yo, if
tomorrow is going down.
If you can find that money I'm getting from Soros, let me know, because evidently I must have lost it too, because I haven't seen any money from Soros in the 2 months I've been out here, so.
Yeah, that's what I like to use. Everybody's gonna stay still.
Hey, I love you Trump supporters as much as I love the Biden and the Bernie and the, you know, Kasich. I don't know. I don't care who you support. You know, we're here for information. You know, this. I'm not here to give you guys an opinion or to criticize you for an opinion. You're human, and I think all humans have the rights and equal access of information in order to form, like, you know, elaborate political ideas and opinions of what they're watching. That's it, man. I love everyone, and I do this for everyone, and I do it in an unbiased way because I want everyone to be here. You know, if this was really about what I believed, or if this was really about a particular agenda, I wouldn't be unbiased. I would be super biased, and I would tell you guys exactly what I want you to think, but I do the very best that I humanly can not to be a producer of opinions, but only to be a producer of objective truth and fact. And that I do by not really doing any commentary and just putting out raw, unedited footage of the movement in Austin, Texas. Mark, that's a good question. I'll ask it for you. Hey, Adam. So you've been protesting out here almost every night for the last couple of nights, right?
Since the beginning, yeah.
Since the beginning for about 50 days. Somebody on stream asked what the end game is. What do you want?
Justice is one thing.
And what does justice look like for you?
Where they rearrest that guy.
Yeah.
I'm military.
What else?
Where they won't like an 8-hour defund or abolish
I see. Thank you for your words, Adam. I won't take up too much of your time. Hey, Kara, can I ask you a few questions on stream?
Yes.
So, Kara's a fellow live streamer. She does her own thing. Nonetheless, a fellow journalist. So, a lot of people are wondering, and you definitely are a lot less hesitant to talk about your personal opinion than I am.
Okay.
Because, you know, I try to be, especially on stream, unbiased about how I feel.
Yeah, sure.
Not to taint what's going on here. So, I want to ask you, you know, what your opinion is, and maybe tell us your objective as a streamer, you know, with maybe a different objective than my own. And when do you think these protests are going to end?
I think that's a really good question. First, you know, I'm not from Austin. I'm from the Bay Area, and protesting here is very, very, very different. So when I came out here, I didn't really know what to expect, and it seemed like it's not a new thing here, but it seemed like there's a lot of different groups or organizations. And then throughout the months that we've been here, we're starting to see some organization and some collective efforts, which I think is great. I thought it was like a little disjointed at first, but we're still out here. You know, we're here saying Black Lives Matter as loud as we fucking can, and we're trying to get more information about voting and city council, and we've done a really good job about starting to change conversations in Austin. With that said, I don't see this ending anytime soon. I think we're going to keep the conversation up. Maybe in a few months to a year, maybe we won't be out here every single day, but we're definitely going to continue the conversation.
Well, thank you so much, Kara. I appreciate it.
Hey, you want some gloves?
Yeah, sure. That'd be helpful.
All right, cool.
Thank
We'll
you.
have more tomorrow.
I appreciate it. Hey, Trouble. Hey, man. Well, could you? What's up? Could you tell us what you're trying to do out here in Austin? What's going on, and what would you like to see come out of these protests?
Honestly, the whole reason why we were arguing because they want to keep on fucking marching. I'm like, why are we still marching? If someone already died, like someone has died while y'all been marching, like why are y'all still marching through these fucking streets being peaceful as fuck, right? And yeah, pretty much that's it. I'm like, take over the fucking street, take over this fucking street. They all standing on the sidewalk. I'm like, take over the street. They still standing on the sidewalk. Like, for what? Like, fuck police. Someone died. You feel me? Like, what's going on right now? They in Seattle, no one died in Seattle, but someone died here. We still doing the same thing, being peaceful. Fuck all that shit. You feel me?
Why do you feel like you don't want to be peaceful? Are you a bad person or what? I mean, it's because a lot of people feel like there's just a need for destruction or something, and I would want to know why you think violence is, or not violence, but maybe a more aggressive approach is necessary.
I necessarily don't want violence, but I want disruption of the system that we see all around us. That system has not been disrupted yet here in Austin. We just allow it to pass by. The cops told us to get off the street. Everybody got off the fucking street. What the fuck? We all screaming fuck 12, but we gonna listen to 12. What the fuck is going on here? Like, honestly, I don't. If they want to go throw some rocks to a fucking Wendy's, I don't give a fuck. Let them do that shit. It's property. It's honestly property. People's lives are being taken and snatched. It's property that's not being damaged. You feel me? It's property versus people's lives. That's what the cops are protecting. Property, not our lives. That's why someone died here. You feel me?
Hey yo, we got a knife.
And
yeah, we got one.
Hey, right here too.
Okay, yeah.
And like, what are some things you want to see APD do different? What do you want to see the city do to create the change you're looking for?
Fuck the city, fuck APD, fuck all of Texas, fuck the whole entire U.S. government. All the niggas can go die in a fucking ditch. I don't give a fuck what they do. They're fucking white supremacists. That's the problem. They have to leave. That's the whole problem. It can't be fixed. It can't be reformed. They all have to leave. We got white supremacists taking over the fucking U.S. government. You feel me? Period.
Yeah.
Ain't no fucking laws or bills that you put in place. That's already been happening. They just been lying. They just keep doing the same fucking thing. They don't give a fuck. It's no problem.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Trouble. I appreciate your words, man. Hello.
How was it today? I got out pretty late.
It was pretty calm. It was, yeah. It wasn't anything too crazy. Nothing too crazy happened today.
Hey, bring him again. We got a speaker on.
Hey guys, so all the opinions expressed on this stream are not my own, and they never will be, because my job is to be unbiased and objective. Second thing, a little recap of tonight. We started here on 6th and North Lamar. We marched down to Garrett's Memorial, which is where he passed away or was shot. That's on 4th and Congress. Then we marched down to Austin Police Headquarters, and then we marched right back to 6th and North Lamar. Along the way, there was a lot of chanting. APD followed us and blocked all the roads along the route we took. That's not an indication necessarily of cooperation between protesters or APD. Actually, I think they don't cooperate. I think just APD coordinates as the events are happening. Yeah, so we observed that. Some people were throwing items like cans and rocks. I think it only happened twice. One of each item was thrown at the protesters from the balconies downtown. There's a lot of really high-rise buildings that are also living. People live there, and so there's a lot of people observing from those heights. We don't know exactly who or why they threw those objects at the protesters. Police were threatening individuals with arrest if they didn't move out of the street. All protesters complied, but there was a disagreement about the strategy behind tonight's protest. In short, that's what happened. If you're curious, I suggest you watch the whole thing. But this is Austin, Texas, and today was particularly in memory of Garrett Foster by the Star Power Black Collective. Let's get right back to it.
We gotta do
we burn this shit.
No, I know that's what you're Billy, what are you talking about, my nigga?
You have to back people up when they develop because it's the right thing to do. You cannot.
That is. I ain't gonna lie. You might not have. And that's what's the MLK statement to follow an unjust laws.
Hey, this is what I was saying. They don't kill us peacefully. You hear me? They don't kill us peacefully, so you can't do shit and expect shit to happen.
You have to people by telling them to not rebel.
You have to tell people. No, it is as a leader. You set your people in line and check when it is time.
No matter what, they still mark them as a communist. They mark them as a Marxist. Like, come on now. We gotta do more than just Marxist. We gotta do more than just Marxist.
We gotta do more than Marx. Sometimes it's way about more than Marx. Tomorrow we do have a drive from my niece. We got this drive.
Yeah.
You want to know if you would like kill it because it's hard on. It's been 2 months. We've been asking.
So just to tell you, there's a disagreement about whether or not protesters should be more aggressive in their approach here in Austin, Texas. It is kind of a risk because if you're not aware, Austin, Texas Police Department is so well coordinated, and they immediately, with almost zero tolerance, arrest anyone they suspect is breaking the law or they're sure is breaking the law. You know, you could watch some of the arrests that have happened in Austin. Last night there was 2, you know, and that's to me a lot in comparison with how many people come out nightly. I mean, you know, last night 2 people got arrested out of a crowd probably of 20. So it's you know, it sounds like not a lot of people, but it's also not a lot of people that come out and protest. And when I say that the efforts by APD are coordinated, is just that they really are. They really are. They have horses that come in and clear the streets. They use the horses to bump people out of the way. So, you know, there's always there's always a risk that you might get trampled by a horse. You know, they also use these unmarked vans. They're not marked by APD. Usually they're city vans, City of Austin vans, that follow the crowds around with multiple police officers ready to come out and usually arrest anyone that might be breaking the law. So APD's on it, man. I mean, tonight they had helicopters following the protesters. They had, you know, at least 10 to 15 vehicles blocking roads along the way, along the route that the protesters were taking. But they do stay pretty, you know, covert. You never see like the presence. You never see their presence until the moment that they arrest people and then they disappear. Really, it's so interesting. Like, you know, at one moment there's no APD, and then the next moment there's 1,000,001 officers, and then they just disappear as soon as they appeared. Again, just really coordinated, right? They're just out when they need to, and then they're in the background when they don't need to be out, or when they don't feel like there's any particular reason for them to arrest people. But people are getting arrested, and they're showing a pretty zero tolerance policy. I'll stop talking and we'll get right back to it.
That is absolutely not.
You have 6, don't you? Yo, no, you have 6. I got it. Whatever, you got it.
And so far, I'd just like to remind you that most of the charges of protesters that have been arrested have been things like, you know, disturbing the peace or obstructing a roadway, all misdemeanors. There's been a few felonies here and there, but many of these cases are still open. You know, in Austin, Texas, it's been relatively peaceful for what people imagine, you know, protests are, especially if you've been watching Seattle or Portland or Chicago. 99% of the time, protesters are marching, It's been such a long time since I've seen any protesters throw anything, you know, use any kind of explosives, use any kind of like harmful devices against APD. It's more of a like a duel between protesters and APD, where protesters are always kind of, you know, doing things like obstructing roadways, you know, or being really noisy, and APD gives off warnings, don't be noisy, don't obstruct the roadway, and people get arrested, the crowds get riled up a little bit, but then things quickly calm down. You know, there's this huge, you know, urgency, or like kind of, it just really feels like Austin protesters don't want anyone to be arrested. So they are, you know, there's been a pretty consistent like level of, you know, awareness of who's doing what, and whenever a protester throws something, you know, breaks a law that they know is going to incite violence, protesters jump on it right away and stop it. That's probably also due to the fact that there aren't large protests in Austin. So, you know, losing one person is already losing one out of a crowd of 20, you know, which is already plenty for what it is. 2 people, it's already 10% of everyone in the crowd. So, yeah, I don't understand the dynamic exactly. I don't get involved with the organizing, but if you haven't kept up with Austin, that's kind of the gist of what we've seen. In the beginning, Austin was incredibly chaotic. There was a lot of tension between APD and protesters. Then after the weekend, things turned completely peaceful for an entire week. Then they slowed down for like a month, but there were still people consistently coming out on weekends, and then just a couple people coming out on weekdays. Some weekends were really intense, other weekends weren't, but you know, it was mostly quiet in Austin for a while. APD stopped arresting people. They stopped using less lethal. We haven't seen tear gas or any you know, less lethal bullet rounds be used. Mace has been used a couple times. Mace is still something that I would expect APD to use, but beyond that, I haven't seen anything else. What else has happened? You know, the level of involvement by APD, or how, you know, much they would enforce rules, I guess, has changed. At first, it was really high because, you know, there was less lethal, people getting shot, there was, you know, looting, there was fires, whatever, and then it came down, and then there was a moment, you know, for like a month and a half that it was really quiet between both groups, and then APD started taking a much less lenient position, and it seemed like it was an effort to try to quiet down the protest. As it started dying down, it's like they were just trying to get some of the few protesters to leave. I don't know. I don't know what the intentions were, but there was definitely kind of like a moment where APD decided to change their strategy and to be a lot more aggressive about the way they were enforcing rules. Now we're just going in circles. Let's get back to the protesters. About 20 people here at most. They might be migrating to Austin Police Headquarters, but we'll see what happens.
Fuck the police. FPT. FPT. FT2.
Fuck police.
Everybody, let's disperse. Everybody, let's get out of here.
You know, and I'm of the mind that it has to be both. I think that it's, I mean,
every aspect does matter because
I'm going through my too. Hey, I hit that ass. Ask her. I shot better than you do. I fucked your wife.
Hey, Jay. Can you tell us what's going on? You just said people get picked off.
You're like that.
We're pulling in.
Oh, shit.
Hiram behind you. Hiram behind you.
Get back! Hey, what are you doing to him? What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? What did you do wrong? Say your name. What did you do wrong? What's your name, man?
Grab the dog! Grab the dog! Grab the dog! Don't fucking touch, bro. I just need to get his dog, bro. I just need to get his dog.
What's your name? What's your name? What's your officer? What's your name? Officer, what is your name?
Officer, what is your name? Hey, officer, what is your name? Hey, let him go. Let him go. Let him go. Put the dog down. Put the dog down.
Give me the dog! Give me the dog!
Hey, what's your last name?
Give me the dog!
Hey, give us the dog! Say your name, man! Yo, God damn it! Where are they taking him? Hey, where y'all taking him?
Where y'all taking him?
What's his name?
Hey, where y'all taking him?
Why are you taking him? What's your officer? What's your name? What's his name?
What the fuck are y'all doing? Fuck y'all cop!
You guys remember I said they come and then just disappear? And they come in big numbers? That's exactly what just happened. They're gone. They've all left. But that's kind of how APD has been coordinated in a sense when arresting people, and they've had literally a zero tolerance policy.
They went after him because he was driving the truck.
What's up?
They went after him because he was driving the truck.
That's exactly how.
Yeah, I mean, take it as you will, but it's been much more aggressive than in the past. In the past, APD allowed protesters to block roadways. They allowed them to get away with, you know, some, I guess, minor, you know, civil disobedience acts. I don't know how else to name them. Some would call them crimes, other people would call them civil disobedience, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, that's just kind of how it works now. PD shows up, arrests someone, disappears. So this just, yeah. I'm just filming! Officer, leave me back! Okay, okay. So I just tried to ask the officer his name and badge number as he was exiting, but as you can tell, there's just a lot of chaos, and you know, I have press written on my equipment, but even then it's you know, I didn't intend, you know, he seemed calm, he seemed like things were calming down, but he felt like I was gonna attack him. So, man, there was a moment there where my heart jumped because I thought I was gonna get pepper sprayed. And for those of you wondering why I asked for name and badge number, it's just, you know, to have a clear idea of who's out here, what's happening. You know, and in Texas, it's an obligation from law enforcement to identify themselves. I mean, it's just good record keeping.
Police are using violence on us. That's why we said to defend us. Defend all the fucking police. Defend them.
Hey, you monkeys up there. Guess what? We out here, and we're still here, and we're not going no fucking where.
They really sprayed us while we were walking back.
We're still here. Yeah, stay up there, stay up there, okay?
They're fucking using pepper spray and pushing us and shit.
Again, guys, I do everything that I humanly can to, you know, stay at a distance, but also try to get something close. You know, sometimes I might incorrectly assess the situation and think it's appropriate to approach a police officer when it's not. And but I do my best to do everything 100% legal, to stay out of the way, to comply, because otherwise I can't bring you guys this footage down here. So.
While we're fucking going back, bro.
Right now, by the way, we're not at the road. The confrontation you observed went down in a parking lot in front of a Whole Foods market.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Couldn't have been better. We couldn't have been better, man. What do you want?
We don't need you as militarized as you are. I feel like this economy, we focus on fucking self-control and not
fucking
about
cowards.
Helping
fucking
us
cowards.
and making us better. Bless you. Encourage people to make a difference in your department because we need it. We don't need you here to hurt us. If you're hurting us, you're going against what we believe in, and that's equality. What's so hard about that?
We couldn't have been better. Rolling the fuck up like Gestapo. This is the problem. I know you can fucking hear me. Soon as the feds roll in, I bet you're gonna be standing right fucking beside him, every one of you. Not a second fucking thought. That's the problem. That's why we're here.
So, just in case you're wondering, there's police officers on the roof of this building. I think that's the second floor, actually. I think it's like a terrace. But that's why people are talking in that direction. I got that on film.
They fucking maced and pepper sprayed us, pushed us.
I saw.
Asking for a damn dog.
I mean, there's still people.
She just asked him for his badge number, and he fucking pushed her and pepper sprayed her.
Yeah, my shit too. No, I took it out. I'm motherfucking numb as fuck.
That's all right. You hit by a fucking train, you get up and walk that shit out.
I ain't gonna see if I fall.
Thank you.
I got it.
Guess we're going to the fucking jail tomorrow too. God damn it.
This is fucking bitch shit.
That motherfucking dog, we gonna need it back.
They gonna kill him. They gonna kill the fucking dog.
No, they're not. No, they're not. They can't. The only animal shelter that's close to here is Awesome Animal Shelter. He has 3 days.
Any more water? You need more water, bro?
You got a Snapchat? I mean, I can wipe my face.
I don't want to snap. I don't got one. Because actually, like, nobody actually knows how many dogs talk to us.
Well,
It's a lot. Even the cops are like, yo, we're doing dogs.
I think.
I've kind of always suspected that a lot of the dogs in animal shelters. Hi, where you at? What's up, Miles? Hi, let me see your shirt.
What was the timestamp?
What time? Well, I don't know.
It's 11:35 right now.
Let me see. 3:03, maybe like 5 to 10 minutes before 3:03.
Sick.
We're 3 hours in. Yeah.
2:53.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
Doesn't matter if it's
What's up? I just want to say
Y'all don't have the number. We need 1,000 people down here. Y'all gotta shut AP down.
Hey man, I don't care. Who are you? I'm a white. I'm a white. Hold on, yeah. Walk my way. Walk my way. I need a white. Here, take this. Hey, cut. Take that.
You need 1,000 people and shut down APD. Million. I've been doing this shit for years.
They can fucking double back, y'all. They can double back. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Y'all know we meet there tomorrow.
We're leaving and then
Hey Jay, what's going on, man?
Get the fuck out of here, man. We should have left a long time ago.
Did you get pepper sprayed? Yeah.
We were leaving and then they fucking came out and fucking.
Yeah, Jay. I talked to you. Good.
Who needs that? I have that. Oh my god. Why can't no one listen to me?
What's up? What do you need?
Guys, there was I couldn't have found a better time to explain what's been going on in Austin. I mean, they just literally happened as I had described it in front of you guys. I mean, obviously no horses or white van, but typically, you know, you will see the horses in the white van. Again, the mace, you know, that I had described. I mean, that's kind of what Austin has been like in the last maybe 2.5 weeks. I'm just glad that, you know, it happened because, well, I'm not glad it happened, obviously. Like, I don't want any conflict between anyone. I hate to see tension and I hate to see people being arrested, you know, and I know some of you feel they deserve it or whatever, but I think nonetheless it's just, you know, I wish the best for everyone in our entire community, and I know that this isn't necessarily us looking at the best, whatever way you look at it, whatever side you take.
I'm not. I haven't put you in. You're laying in all the water. Yeah, bad idea.
So no, the protests have been going for 2.5 months. Like, they started back in May. But when I was talking about that, you know, I kind of talked about the fluctuations and the difference in the way that APD has been approaching the situation since tensions were incredibly high to today. And if I can explain that again a lot clearer, I will.
Please go to them and walk with somebody if you're walking. Please. They're picking us off.
Hey mama, could you tell us what happened?
Yeah. Ellie was asking for their fucking badge number. And somebody else went up there to ask. We asked for their dog. And they fucking came back and they started fucking macing fucking everybody. And Mace fucking Jay. And they fucking hit the fucking shit sprayed me in my fucking mouth and got fucking Shay. Man.
We've been doing it right
Did they?
fucking bullshit.
Did they mace Ellie?
And don't worry, bitch. We coming for you.
You heard that, bitch.
Obviously, I'm the bitch because she's looking at me.
No, we're talking upstairs. Look behind you. Behind you, man. That's you.
Up there.
The cops behind you.
There was cops behind you. Yeah, no, I'm not talking to you.
You let him go!
Hey, y'all got his keys to his truck?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
I'll be that bitch.
Hey Ellie, are you okay?
Byron, are you blowing my cover?
Well, I don't know. I'm sorry, but you're a live streamer. You got maced.
Well, you shouldn't put me in the same group as you because you know I'm not.
Well, you're not unbiased like me, but I heard you were asking for name and badge number.
For badge numbers, and they said, yeah, you can have it, and then walks away. And none of them would answer me, and they're just like, get out of the way, get out of the way.
Yeah. So, did you get maced directly?
Oh, in my eyes. I don't know how it avoided my glasses.
Get the other eye.
Yeah, it's okay.
Awesome. Yay! Woo!
And like I said, I mean, I almost got maced doing the same thing Ellie did. You know, I thought I approached the situation once the police officer had felt a lot more calm. I mean, he walked away. He looked like, you know, they were like, let's go, guys. You know, all is good. And he was getting in his car. Maybe, you know, maybe I misheard this. Maybe it was all happening too fast, and in my head it was happening a lot slower. And I approached him. I was like, "Hey, sir, can I have your name and badge number?" And he almost maced me. Again, you know, it's not an opinion about APD. It's just the way that things have been kind of happening in Austin. I think that, you know, regardless of your intentions out here, if you're close enough to everything that's going on, you're likely to get caught up, you know, whether or not you're doing anything wrong. So, you know, it's happened to me a few times where, you know, there's that miscommunication and I get maced, you know, and stuff. And so I try to read the room as carefully as I can just to keep myself out of danger. That's the nature of these events, right? I mean, like, no matter who you are, you know, if you're out here, you're just in danger, period. I try to film the cops' perspective, I mean, but obviously it's not like I could go on a ride along with them and film live. Whenever, you know, I get the opportunity, I will ask them questions, I will have discussions. You know, the APD, the Austin Police Department themselves, you know, has said multiple times, I mean, the president of the Austin Police Association, you know, thanked us for the unbiased journalism we've been able to bring. So I really do, and I think APD recognizes it, that I try to bring both sides. You know, but I just can't, like right now, I couldn't even ask his name, you know, to begin with. And then, you know, it's not like I could have a conversation with him or ask him to let me jump in his car and record everything they're doing live. But if I could, I really would. You know, I've been looking for interviews with police officers, you know, in and outside of the protest for the podcast. You know, I just want to give you guys all information. I do have a personal opinion, obviously, you know, but for the sake of keeping to my principles, I won't only ever express that when I'm not doing my job. My job is to film, not to give a political opinion, not to tell you guys what to think, just to film. And that's it, you know, that's that, guys. I do go to the back to blue events. Like, I've gone to a few. Like, I'll record those, or even the anti-masks events. You know, when those events happen, I try to show up. But you know, the more recent ones, I had coronavirus and I couldn't go out. Like, I tested positive. I had all the symptoms, and so I had to quarantine for like 3 weeks. And those were the more recent events, but I go to every event I get invited to, no matter who's hosting it. You know, and if you want evidence of the way that I interact when I get the ability to ask questions from more than one perspective, you can watch the Trump rally in Tulsa. I think that I kept it pretty one-to-one in terms of, you know, liberal or conservative views being shared on this particular stream. I believe it's all about the dissemination of proper information, of information that's going to help us all learn. You know, it's it is that, you know, and I think that people form their own opinions. People form their own thoughts about what they watch, and that's all I want. I want to have informed opinion makers. You know, I don't want to have specific opinions being widely shared, but just all opinions, so that we're all, you know, on the same level in terms of the information we have and the understanding of the opinions that we're taking in as our own. I do ask for protesters' names. Like, the one difference between, I always do when I do interviews, the biggest difference is just that, you know, police officers have a legal obligation to do it. And since I'm not a police officer, I can't legally obligate someone to identify themselves to me. So I'll ask, and if they give it to me, you know, they'll give it to me. But with police officers, you know, I think the dynamic is just a tad different, given the position they're in, you know, serving the community. They have that extra obligation that regular citizens don't, or civilians, whatever you want to call them, constituents. No, and again, it's only really, honestly, guys, straight up, if I ask for police officers' names and badge numbers, It's just because I want to get as much information as I can. Like, that way you guys know who is doing what. Now, it's not just a bunch of random things happening. And again, I do my best to ask everyone's name. You know, just a policy thing that is different with APD is that they're obligated to do it and regular civilians aren't. And I'm not gonna go and, you know, punch somebody in the face that doesn't want to give me their name. I want to avoid conflict if I can. And as you can see, I'm not even aggressive with APD either with asking their name and badge number. As soon as he asked me to back off, I backed off. You know, I complied with his demand for me not to be up close. And he left without giving me his name and badge number, and I didn't yell at him. I didn't, you know, disrespect him or say anything. Like, I just explained the story. So I just want you guys to understand where I'm coming from, right, when I do all this stuff. It's a lot more difficult to be out here than you think. You know, no matter what you believe, you know, you're conservative or whatever, like, you're out here with the camera, everything is different. The way you interact is different. You need to be aware of your environment. You need to be aware of the laws, of the rules, you know, of where you're at every moment, where everyone else is at in context to where you're at. Like, it's a... You know, y'all think it's easy. You just come out here with a cell phone and walk around, but holy crap. Staying out of trouble, not making anyone angry, you know, not getting arrested, not getting hit, not getting harmed, like, all that takes a lot of work. You know, and if I don't do it perfectly, I apologize, right? But I in the moments, you know, as I navigate these complicated situations, I try to be balanced and fair with everyone. Hello, hey. Ellie. Do you want to say something on camera?
Yeah, just that they came and got this dog, and I wanted to know where they were taking the dog. And then they weren't going to tell me where they were taking the dog, so I was asking for their badge numbers. And sorry, I guess I'm repeating myself now.
No, just go ahead. Tell us.
They just wouldn't answer, and I kept asking each of them, and none of them would answer. I went up to a car, and they rolled the window down and were like, "Get out of the way!" And I was like, "What's your badge number?" And they wouldn't tell me.
Why do you feel it's important to get names and badges?
So we can follow up with specific people. This person took the dog. Where is the dog going? How do we get the dog? What the fuck are you gonna do to the dog? Because you're pissed at all of us.
And you feel very strongly about the animals, right? You're an animal caretaker yourself.
Yes.
How many dogs do you own?
I have 3 dogs that add up to the size of half of the dog that was taken.
And so for you in that moment, you're saying your biggest concern was the dog? Is that right?
I'm saying that the dog can't speak up for itself, and I have no idea where they're taking it. I don't know if it has a chip. They seem to lose and break shit all the time, like yours. Your stuff got broken, right? And other people haven't gotten stuff back that was taken away. And that dog is a living creature who can't speak up for itself. And we don't know if it has a chip in it so that it can be found later if it gets into their system.
So a lot of people are saying that if you don't comply, bad things will happen, that you had it coming, that, you know, you should have thought more of your actions.
Oh, really?
What would you respond to those
Well, my first
to those
question
comments?
is if they wear masks.
And why is that question? I mean,
Because
why?
I don't know how my actions tonight trying to protect a dog that can't speak up for itself affect you, but you not wearing a mask affects all of us. So if you won't comply with that, then you need to check yourself.
Yeah.
Before you wreck all of us. And you know what? I can take responsibility for my actions. I got pepper sprayed. It's kind of burning. It hurt a lot for a while. I did it.
Yeah.
So, fuck you for being all like, you should have thought of your... Yeah, I take risks for something that's right.
Hey, why aren't you wearing a mask? Did your mask get pepper sprayed?
Yeah, I got pepper sprayed. I was wearing a few layers of mask, but all of my shit's pepper sprayed.
Okay, well...
Yeah, MADIA.
Okay, so...
I mean, my face is on fire and my arms are on fire. I tried to put the mask back on, but I was breathing in pepper at that point.
Yeah. Do you have any last comments for the stream? Thank you for sharing your words, by the way, and your perspective on the issue.
Yeah, I just really don't understand this. You should have thought more. I knew the consequences. I thought about it. I knew what I was doing, and I would do it again.
For the dog? Or for the movement? Or like, what are you feeling?
Both.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Ellie. I appreciate you taking the time to talk about your experience. I'm sure it was tough.
Yeah. That dog belonged to someone in the movement. Or that dog is the companion of someone in the movement. And again, the dog can't speak up for itself. My ear is burning. And I'm okay with it because I make decisions and understand what the consequences might be. I'm not a drone. I'm not a sheeple.
Thanks, Ellie.
I love you, Hiram.
I love everyone, and I love you too, Ellie. All right, guys, so I think I'm going to give a little synopsis of tonight, tell you guys what happened, not tell you what I think about it, because again, we are non-biased, and so the minute I share my opinion, I'm tainting the stream. This stream is not, I have the camera in my hands and I have the responsibility to uphold the principles that I set myself up to uphold in the stream. Oh man, so I'm going to end the stream because most people are going home. If anything does happen down at Austin Police Headquarters, I will be down there getting back on live. So if you're interested in continuing to view what's happening in Austin tonight, if there is anything happening, make sure to follow or to just keep up when, for when I go back live. If I do, if I don't, it just means that tonight fizzled out, that most people did go home, and that seems to be the more likely, possibility at the moment. So we started here at the Whole Foods parking lot. We were on 6th and North Lamar. If you're from Austin, that is downtown. We walked over then from here to the location, the intersection where Garrett Foster was shot, which is also the place where the memorial is located. We hung around there for a couple minutes. On the way over there, people threw cans and rocks. It only happened twice, one of each, at the protesters. I don't know if any other items were flung. These items came from the balconies of the people that live in the really tall buildings here in downtown Austin. So anyway, we marched from there to Austin Police Headquarters. From the memorial, people moved to Austin Police Headquarters. That's when Austin Police really made their presence known. They had been following us that entire time, but they were always blocks away, blocking the roads that we were hitting as we were going down the route. There was a helicopter as well, flying around the area following the protesters. So once we got to APD, APD made the APD headquarters. The Austin Police Department made a statement saying that if people block the roadway, they're subject to arrest. So then people moved. To keep the crowds moving, to keep, I heard a lot of people say to keep APD chasing the crowd. And then we came back down all the way to where we started. That's 6th Street and North Lamar. And someone got arrested here. It was the guy driving the truck, the black truck that you saw. I had described the way that APD's worked earlier. So if you want to watch that, it's probably like a hour 2.5 into this stream once I end it. I gave a synopsis of the way that Austin has been coordinating, Austin Police Department and protesters, according to my observations right here in the city. So we saw that pretty much manifest itself almost in the way that I had described that it would, because Austin Police Department has been very consistent in the way that they're applying policies and the way that they're arresting protesters. Yesterday, 2 protesters got arrested. Today, 1 person got arrested, and like 4 people got maced. I almost got maced for getting a little bit too close, right? I always try to be legal and keep my distance. But I'm sure most of you are gone because you don't really want to listen to the short of the long or the whole explanation of what's Austin and what's going on tonight. But if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you so much for joining the stream. I will be calling it a night here. And if anything happens, I will be on live promptly. So make sure to follow so you get that notification when I go live. If I don't go live tonight, it's because everything ended. So thank you so much, guys. Have a good night. I love you all. I really do. I love Trump supporters. I love Camel supporters. I love people that support, Weasel for 2020. Like, I just want education. I just want to bring you unbiased information. obviously I have a personal opinion, but this will never get in the way of the work that we do here tonight. So thank y'all. Good night. When I said I had COVID, it's just that I literally got COVID when I went to Tulsa to cover the Trump rally. I feel confident that's where I caught COVID. I don't know where I did, but you know, I lost my sense of smell, had a fever, couldn't breathe properly. You know, I was bedridden for at least a day and a half. It was pretty, it was not fun. I got tested and I did quarantine for a total of like, I think almost 4 weeks, 3 weeks. I went an entire 3 weeks without symptoms before I decided to go back out. It was not fun, and I mentioned that because I missed some of the Back to Blue rallies during that time, and those are some of the more recent ones that have been organized. The other side, the Back to Blue, of individuals and the people that are anti-mask, or typically on the other side of this particular movement, haven't been as organized in Austin, Texas. We haven't seen as many events organized by them, but if they organize them and they happen, I will be here. I'm here no matter what, no matter who, no matter what needs to be spoken. We get it all. So I already said good night, but I just wanted to clarify the COVID thing. Good night, guys. Thank you for watching.
Oh fuck, did I just sit on your glasses?
You just sat on my glasses.
God.
You know what's funny is I just got them fixed today. It's okay, I have insurance. But you know what's hilarious is that right before getting here, I had gotten them fixed. This is like a brand new pair. But I have insurance, don't worry. I just gotta go. They fix them in like 15 minutes. It's all good.
I'm so sorry. Your glasses are really dirty, and I don't think I caused all of the dirt.
No,
I
not
did
at all.
cause the breakage.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh my God.
Ellie, don't worry about it. Thank you. No, really, look, like seriously, it just takes a 15-minute like drive to the
How are you gonna
to
drive
the
home with these
location,
glasses?
and someone's gonna pick me up. Don't worry about it. It'll all get fixed. I'll bend them back into place. I heard that crunch too.
My big butt butting into your conclusion. I'm so sorry. If you have to buy new ones, I am obviously the cause of this, and I will.
No, it's okay.
I will take responsibility for the consequences of my actions.
Oh man. I think I fixed it. Sort of. It's all good, guys. Like I said, I got insurance, so it's free to replace them, and it takes 15 minutes. So I'll let y'all know. Good night, guys. Good night, Ellie.
Sorry.
It's okay.